I have no clue.
We're
It's
live
fine.
now.
Awesome. We'll work it out somehow. This is just something new we're trying to actually do. We're trying to actually have stuff going on in the background.
I forgot to put everybody's names on.
Of course you did.
Oh no!
That's all right. Last time Mike was here, he was Kiley for half the show.
Yes,
you
he
know
was.
what?
He is now, so Pete is Pete, so that's fine.
That's good.
So,
That's
Hey,
good.
success.
Yay.
Oh crap! I hit the wrong thing.
Funnily enough, when I was tweeting earlier during the week to say that I was coming up on the show, I was looking for a screenshot of when I was last on the show, and it was
And you had to crop it,
Pete
yeah.
as Kiley. Yeah. I'll just use another one with just Pete and Kiley. That's fine.
Hello,
Amazing.
Danker. How are you?
Howdy.
Oh, I have two
Hello.
CDs. Oops. I will change this CD.
hello there.
Oh
Oh no.
no. We're doing technical issue stuff.
We have technical
yes.
difficulties.
I don't want to.
It's certainly fickle, that's for sure.
Oh yes. Also, how are you, Danker? How has your weekend been? There we go.
What is that title all about, Kylie? Honestly,
I am a creative individual, and you have to accept that I have no boundaries.
I haven't even seen what the full thing is because it won't allow me to.
That's what she said.
Good God.
Danker says, doing good. Just writing some cryptic clues for a thing that will become clear in due course. Ooh.
That is very cryptic.
Yeah. I'm going to possibly start on one. I was going to wait for more people to show up. Maybe I'll wait.
Just go for it.
It's not nice to be sloshed when you're
do you really want Mike and CD to be drinking alone?
Oh, that's true. Never drink alone. Never drink alone. Always bring friends.
Oh, no. Always.
I have
really
red and white.
Spot the Xbox fan person whilst we talk about the PS5.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Danker.
And if you mix them together, Kiley, you'd have rosé.
I would, wouldn't I? And I do love a good rosé. I can't believe I'm still pouring wine in a mug, but I can't help it. I love this mug.
It's fine.
You're common and like the rest of us, Kiley.
That's right. I'm joining the riffraff.
Some of us can't afford fancy wine glasses.
It's all right. One day, like in the past, you would have said I drank everything out of a mug. Just couldn't afford glasses.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true.
There you go. You've moved up in the world.
Oh, I've definitely moved up.
Yeah.
This is what I should be drinking out of. A cut crystal goblet. But no, Deadpool mug rules.
We're all for mugging smuggets.
I mean, if you're in England, then there's plenty of muggins around here.
Oh, yeah.
Muggings is when you go and you steal a bunch of muffins.
You have experience with that, do you?
I never have to steal muffins. Nana says, time for 11th Heaven or Hell, given this episode main topic. Oh, Nana, go read the title.
Thanks, Nana. Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Hello there. You were the chosen one, Anakin. I love you.
I obviously have the high ground.
You do have the high ground. I mean, you have the highest of high ground.
You could always get a little higher.
As they say, there ain't no mountain
it
high
does
enough.
go higher.
I was going to say, we don't encourage that for want and fear of a TOS.
Nana says, call this episode the 11 Circles of Hell. Well, it's about PlayStation. Might as well. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe it's the 5th circle of hell in that regard.
The PS5.
Oh, that is
I'm
a
still
terrible
trying to
cross
think
to
of
bear.
something for the R because it's PSSR. So I've got pretty substandard, and I'm just trying to think what the R could be.
Robots.
Robots. AI. Yay. Pretty substandard robots.
Yeah,
I mean,
whoever came up
technically it's
with that
appropriate.
name is definitely a pisser.
They should have left that idea in the pisser.
Crap.
But it's
Okay,
fine.
yeah, this is us. Right, I can now see the chat. I've just got to turn the volume down here.
Can you still see us?
Let me go and have a look and see.
Oh my gosh. This happened to me in the week.
Ah,
My mouse
that
is
turned
not.
black.
Yeah, I'm trying to. There we go. Okay, we'll be back. We'll pop back in.
As usual.
Actually, I'll tell you what happened. Wait, why is that not? It should be coming up. Hold on.
No,
there he is.
Oh, well, one is the actual chat.
Dadgummit! Now, Mike, you're the star. Hold on. Okay, there.
Hey!
I'll tell you what's going on.
No.
Nice.
How did this happen?
Yeah, I can see us.
Good. But I have like a month's worth of updates on my computer. So.
Oh, for God's sake.
Just a month, eh?
Just a month. Like in the corner tray on the Windows updates, there's usually like a little green dot, on the icon saying you need to update and restart your computer. It's now turned red, which I've never seen it do before. So.
I wonder how many Switch updates you've got to have since you last turned that thing on.
I haven't. What did I start it?
How many? Yes.
It'd be just the one update, actually. The latest one.
It's just the one, actually.
It's just the one day update, actually.
I'm gonna watch what happens. Suddenly, the Switch in 10 years will be the Switch Classic or whatever, and retro gamers everywhere will be trying to scrounge for one, and I'll finally get into the Switch. I'll be like, oh yeah.
No, it's fine because you can use it as you could, if you don't update it, you can use it as a good emulation device.
Well, but I've got several good emulation devices because I own lots of games and I only have ROMs for the games that I own.
Of course.
Obviously.
Because we all do.
Naturally, everyone does that.
I only rip my ROMs.
Rip my ROMs.
That's what she said. Anyway. Tanker says 211 ways to not play physical. I mean, yeah, okay, that could go either way, but I know what he's talking about. He's talking about software, people, not hardware.
Really?
That's what she said.
Maybe we should. I would call this episode "That's What She Said," but I think we have like 5 episodes called that at this point.
I actually don't know if we do, to be fair.
Oh my god.
We might have only one.
And one's all you ever need.
That's what she said.
That's true. That is true.
The definitive edition of
There you go.
That's What She Said.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what she said, pro.
Whoa.
The pro, that's what she said.
She's a little more expensive than the normal model.
It's going to be one of those shows today, isn't it?
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Shall I check out now?
Bueno, Brintimente.
Well, you did say this was going to go down the pisser, so, we might as well start,
I meant when we were recording, not in the pre-show.
Also, I have to be very upfront, because this has
God.
come up on the show early days, too. When a topic doesn't involve me, which is terrible, this is very immature of me, I get bored and I do things intentionally to mess people up. So
Kylie.
Uh-huh.
Hello. Hello. Nintendo guy here.
Yes, right. Okay, so Mike and I will be the people in the back of the classroom throwing spitballs.
At the back of the classroom with the megaphones.
Yeah.
CD, I hope you're used to carrying an episode.
To each other.
Yeah.
This is about to get very heavy.
That's what she said.
It's a two-handed job.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
gonna get
Pete,
heavy,
come on. That
man.
one's too easy, which is also what she said. Brent says no Thunderstone today, so I can actually watch live. Excellent.
Hey,
That's
very,
cool.
very glad about that.
let's just hope that thunder doesn't strike twice.
Apophis got through the Stargate in one piece. Okay.
211. Let's head down to Devon. Yeah, that's fair enough. Down to Devon we go.
Don't tempt me with a good time. Devon is lovely.
Is that's the it's like in the south, right?
Southwest of the UK.
Okay. Oh, I was thinking southeast. Okay. One day I will learn this place is. No, I won't.
No, you won't.
Maybe.
I just show up. People go there. Okay, and I just show up. I'm like, I don't know how I got here.
Most of the time you turn up late.
This is true. This is true.
Fashionably late.
Yes, and
Mind
also,
you, a wizard is never late.
that's right.
Nor are they early.
That's true.
Go on, ColdDeath. You can finish it. Go on.
They appear exactly when they are supposed to.
Oh,
there you are. Pete saved it. Pete saved the stream.
Danker, that's exactly what I was thinking. He said, no, that's Dover.
It's annoying because Lord of the Rings extended editions are currently in cinema for the next 3 weeks, and I missed the first one, so and the second. So
Extended edition? What is just
No.
right, I've got the 4K Blu-rays. It's fine.
What does that mean, Danker? Danker says just don't be called bitch. Oh no! This is not a joke. This is not a joke. I went to school, and this kid's parents. Not a joke. They named him Ben Dover. That's not one of those like urban myths. They did it, and they had a great.
They are
sense of
some
humor.
serious fans of some classic English romps.
What?
Kiley.
What?
Right. So, my family, long time ago, my mum won a day trip for us all from the Sun newspaper for collecting the clippings.
Right.
And we spent the day in Calais. Now, my
Right.
sister was probably only about 2 or 3 at the time. And as we was going across the ferry from Dover, my sister got a plush toy that she called Ben. Not knowing the irony that Ben was from Dover.
Oh, that's excellent. I've been from Dover.
And she still has Ben to this day.
Aw, I love it.
Oh, bless.
Tanker said,
So how's that watch together room coming?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we have a show. I forgot.
Badly.
I always am just like, oh, we're just chilling, talking while people watch us. Although that's basically what our podcast is. Yes.
Pretty much.
But
right, is everyone ready?
Yeah, but
no, I've not figured it out. I can't be asked to try and figure it out. We're just gonna do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you really want to show that, just screen share it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing because it seems to work through that, and then I'll tinker in the background another time and try and figure it out.
All right.
The next occasion.
Alrighty then.
Cool.
I love Jim Carrey movies. Not gonna lie.
Righty, Ace.
Like a glove. Yes.
Films that would be cancelled if made today.
I must ask you a few questions.
The Jim Carrey edition. All of them.
Nearly all of them.
I am a child. I love immature humor.
I mean, we're getting a new Jim Carrey movie this December.
We are.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
He only picks roles now that he really wants to be in.
Well.
Yeah.
And since this is the third in that series, I mean, that means he's having fun.
Be in it twice.
He's either having fun or he's got a substantial paycheck, or both.
Can you see? Yeah, look at
Probably
my legs.
both.
Can you see?
He's having fun because he got a substantial paycheck.
I mean, that does help with the fun. Right, we ready?
Yes. Oh crap.
Go. Right. Well, clearly not ready.
No, my wheel is stuck. I'll fall on my chair again.
Don't fall.
Awesome. Right, so we're going to start the show in.
Oh,
for fuck's
Sorry.
sakes.
I forgot we're doing a show.
Yeah, 3, 2.
Welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast, episode 211. that doesn't have a title as we are starting, but that's okay. We'll get there organically. I'm your co-host Kiley Wilde, and I'm joined by my ever-present co-host Beat Beckett.
I'd suddenly changed my name during the week. Clearly,
By default.
Mike, that recording is now redundant. You might as well delete it.
I should have chosen the other drink.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm literally not even through the first mug.
Do you want to do that again, Kylie?
Do I?
Or are you sticking with that?
Oh no! His real name.
Oh, Jesus!
I forgot I had a wine bottle there.
Welcome to the Shit Show podcast.
Chaos is queen, baby. But no.
Clip that. Whoever's watching.
Oh no, those clips are doing far too well for me. But
some of them are doing all right.
The most embarrassing ones, anyway.
Yes.
Now, my co-host is correctly named Pete Beckett.
Hello.
But we have two very special guests on the show today.
Are you going to get their names wrong?
Probably.
Good.
We have best friend of the show, Miketendo.
Hello.
And
hello.
Best drink? No, I guess I'm the best drinker of the show. Second best drinker of the show, CD. He has the prettier bottles. Yes.
Well, you might as well just call him your drinking buddy.
Drinking buddies. But yes. So every week I like to start the show off by finding out what we played, how was your week, and any crazy bunny trails you want to bring up. Don't tempt me, because I will. But this week we'll start with CD. How's your week been? What you been playing?
It's been a pretty good week. I've been playing on a sorted list. Mainly, though, it's been splitting apart Gundam toys with Gundam Breaker 4.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun action game where you battle with Gundam toys of all kinds, and you can break them apart. And when you finish the battles, you get loot, as in parts of them, like heads, arms, legs, the whole shebang, and you can mix and match those. And depending on which ones you have different special abilities, you have different stats, and all the like. Mm-hmm.
They should do that with Kinder Eggs. Make them better. I like that concept, though. I'm not gonna
lie. But they'd get banned in America if that was the case.
Kinder Eggs are not allowed in America.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least you can swallow the digital game. And besides that, I have today tried out. Let me just quickly check that I get the name right.
Would you say that it had style?
Oh, that took me way too long. Mike, it took me 2 full seconds. 2 full seconds to get that. Oh, that is sad. I'm blaming the wine on that one.
Mike, be careful. I am hovering over the kick button.
You may want to change its name to
Yeah, to change it to the yeet button. Yeah.
And the eject button. Whee! Team Mike is rocketing off again.
Nice.
So the other 2 games that I've been playing have been Agalos, which is Tell Me You're Wonder Boy without telling me you're Wonder Boy.
Oh, I love Wonder Boy.
Effectively. And Magicraft, which a friend of mine described it as Noita combined with Binding of Isaac.
Oh, right.
I don't know Noita, but that probably tracks. It's essentially you start out with a magic wand that you pull out of a stone, kind of Arthur-like.
Yeah.
You're the chosen hero, and then you have different slots there, which you can add either magical effects to that change your projectiles or different types of projectiles. Like at first you have just standard ball type projectiles, but I also already in my first run found different stuff like one was kind of like magical butterfly projectiles, which home in on enemies, and one other was a giant rock that rolls across the ground.
Nice.
Kind of like indie.
Yeah.
And the latest that I found in that run was meteors, which is also fun.
Very
and
cool.
you can combine them. You have a certain amount of slots in that staff, and you can combine them with different effects. Yeah, that was a pretty fun one.
That sounds very fun. I'm intrigued. Very intrigued. Mike, what about you? How's your week been? What you been playing?
My week's not been too bad. I mean, it's the last week before going back to school again for me because I've got the second part of my course for becoming an electrical technician, which is all the boring stuff. But as regards to what I've been playing, I started off this week going back into an old game. Old because it is that old, but I really got into Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag again.
Right. Oh, okay. How did it feel going back to that?
I mean, I haven't played any of the newer Assassin's Creed games, so it was quite fluid for me. But
okay.
coming back into the game, and it had been a good couple of years since playing it before, because I did get it for the Switch, and I played about halfway through and then just left it. Because I'd already beaten it on the Wii U anyway.
Oh, right.
And then, so it was basically watching a program on Netflix about the pirate republic that was Nassau, and how all the and then I got into this pirate vibe again. I'm thinking, oh, Assassin's Creed, so I jumped into that, as you do.
Very cool.
Then I've been playing some other games, a couple that I've got under review, which will go out next week, I think, or towards the end of next week. So I can't talk too much about them, but obviously they're coming out. One of them's a brawler, based on a very, very popular franchise from the 80s. And other games that I've been playing was Dead by Daylight for the Castlevania stuff. I played that with my sister, her boyfriend, her boyfriend's brother, and their mutual friend from work. Now they all work at Aldi.
Oh, wow.
The supermarket, not the car store. But,
Oh,
so that's basically how they found, met each other and all that. And so we was just having an absolute blast with that, to the point where, because there's two brothers in there, and they're a right laugh, they're a right crack. That one of them got killed by the other because one of them was the killer, the other one was the survivor. To the point where we called up his mum.
Oh no!
To tell her, right? Whilst we were recording, nonetheless, right? Called up his mum to say, "Mommy,
yeah, the clip is actually live on YouTube.
Make him apologise."
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious!
You can hear the mother saying to the brother to apologise.
Oh my gosh!
That clip is currently live on YouTube, so I'll find the link. Post it in the chat.
Yes,
I love it. I love it.
Sorry for being mean to you. It'll happen again.
Mom said it's my turn to be on the Xbox.
It did, because then the other brother became the killer and killed him. So then the other brother called up the mother.
Oh,
to the point where the mother was saying something like, "Stop in killing each other, you're brothers, or just kill each other and get it over with."
Oh my
Things that can be taken out of context.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Unfortunately, I couldn't include that in the actual episode of me podcast, but I have shared them clips separately on our YouTube channel.
Oh, that's excellent.
Prosperity's sake, because it was just
it is now in the chat for the audience.
That's great. Very good.
And then ultimately, the last game that I've been playing was Splatoon 3. And now for those who are watching, you can see that I do have the Splatoon amiibo in front of me of the three big, pop icons groups in the game. For a reason, yes, because we also filmed another episode for the podcast, for the Gaming Chat podcast, which Pete came along and helped me with as well, so that we could win at least a couple of games.
Oh,
And we
very
did. We did
good.
win a couple. We did win a few. We lost a lot, but we won a
That's all right.
few.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all in the fun.
So
Assembled
it wasn't a total ink wash.
Yeah.
It was mostly. It was pretty poor.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then as soon as I ditched everybody on my team and started playing with others, I was winning and splatting a lot of people. So I don't know what was happening. I think I was being carried at that point.
It's
Line me
almost like trying to do the whole Twitch streamer, YouTuber thing where you're talking and playing at the same time. It's quite difficult.
Yeah.
It's very.
It is. It is.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to
Sometimes
tell.
you even forget how to talk.
Yes. I've told people
Yes.
on my streams, like, I play so bad when people are watching me for some reason. It just goes.
It's more entertaining that way.
It's true. That is true.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It is, because like when we was playing this in one match, we came up against someone who was an extremely sweaty person, and we mean really sweaty. They got about 19 splats. Now, splats being kills in the game, so 19. That is high.
That's
I think the most
really
normally
high for a
people
3-minute
is
game.
like,
Right.
yeah. So they were
19
absolutely
splats in 3
decimated.
minutes?
We were basically just lining ourselves up, like me, Pete, Gorney, and my brother Jack. You're just lining ourselves up while the other one just goes pop, 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 pop. As soon as it
that's
spawns in,
wild.
boom, we're gone again. So yeah.
Yeah, there were several wipeouts in that particular game.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
There were lots. But,
Not our finest moment, but that's pretty
No.
much me for the week.
So since you have been playing Black Flag, have you heard about that other great game Ubisoft has been making out of that?
Let's not talk
I'm sure
about
that's
that
a
one.
great
That took
success,
years.
right?
Oh yeah, it's something about skulls and bones.
I've heard it's the first quadruple A game.
Notorious, the notorious game that Kylie said would never come out.
It's true, and they should have stuck to what I said, which is it's never coming out. Instead, they released a game that looks like a mobile game and plays like a I don't even
Mobile
know.
game.
I was gonna say mobile game, but my goodness.
The only reason why it came out is because they had to bring it out.
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah,
exactly.
they were forced to. Good.
So, but yeah, I did for years. Since
amazing stuff.
Yeah, I was like, it's not coming out. It's not.
But I'm sure that's gonna be running much better on the Pro.
Let's get to that instead.
Flame, how are you? Good to see you today.
All in good time. All in good time.
Hello.
All right, Pete. What about you? Did you like my English accent? Was that good?
Oh, that was good.
I did it. I've been working on it.
It was pretty terrible.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of Mike's a little bit here by saying that obviously Splatoon 3 was played during the what they call Grand Festival. So this is the final Splatfest that was going on for Splatoon 3, where you had to pick between past, present, and future, which, like Mike said, it's because of the different idols that you get and the pop icons. We chose past because obviously Callie Marie are best. Obviously. Thanks, Mike.
There you go.
For our visual watchers there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, first time I'd picked up and played Splatoon 3 for a very long time, and it's still not my favourite in the series. I still think it's probably the weakest in the series, because the first one still is excellent. The second one is just top tier, and then the third one, it's all right.
They absolutely nerfed the aero spray, and especially with the special as well, because in 2, and I think the first one as well, they had the curlers that you could just throw out like multiple curlers, and you could just cover so much ground with that.
Yeah, I developed some really good strategies with those curling bombs. It was ridiculous. But yeah, they've nerfed the living hell out of it, but that's fine, because obviously it's a live service game. You got to do some balance adjustments here and there. But we're now basically leading into what Nintendo decides to do next with Splatoon. I guess it depends on what happens with the Splatfest.
There you go.
So yeah,
this is the last one. I'm guessing Splatoon 4 on Switch too.
Well, yeah, the nature of the end of the Splatfest results for each game, like the last one, tends to dictate the direction of the next game. So who knows what's going to happen? So We'll see. But
That's an
it
interesting way
seems,
to do it.
yeah, I mean, it seems very likely that Splatoon 4 is likely to come out on the next console, so they'd be stupid not to bring out a new Splatoon, obviously. So,
Yeah. I mean, if it's been holding on this long, that means it's quite popular.
That's true.
I mean, it's been a couple of years at this point. I think Splatoon 2 had a little bit longer, had an extra year on Splatoon 3.
Yeah, because that came out in 2017, didn't it? Around about
Yes,
June or July.
yeah, I remember the first month of the Switch launch, they had the open beta, didn't they? And then it came out in July. So that was awesome. But yeah, so playing that game, good fun. Two main games I've been playing. I'll talk about one a little bit briefly because I spoke about it last week. Continuing with Astrobot.
Oh, yes.
I'm now done 4 out of the 5 worlds. Nearly completed it. Still really enjoying the game. Very much a very strong contender for me for Game of the Year because it is excellent. It is a very well designed, very tight platformer, and the levels that you get at the end of after each boss run have been even more of a surprise than the first one that I saw, which is kind of cool. I don't want to give away too much, obviously, because spoilers and all that. I want people to actually go and play the game. The end of the 4th world was another series that Sony have not referenced in many, many years.
Yeah, you mentioned
Which,
that last week.
no, that was the end of the 1st world. The end of the 4th world is another one that they haven't mentioned in quite a few years, and
Okay.
even I was a little bit surprised by that. I was like, and the level itself is actually really cool. So it shows that Team Asobi, like in each one of those levels, could actually very much make a game in each of those respective franchises because they understand the source material.
See, that's so important.
Let's go.
So it's very cool. Obviously, if you are prone to spoilers, I wouldn't recommend going to look at YouTube because they're all over the place. And I think that's one of the things that you just don't want to have with this game. Whilst it is a really neat platformer and really fun game, a lot of the surprise is who you collect in terms of the bots and the levels that you complete. It has also got an incredible soundtrack as well, which is just ridiculously good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Game of the Year contender, very, very, very highly up there because this year has been a bit of a wet fart for games. But the main
for AAA maybe, but overall,
for AAA games, it's definitely one of those years. It's going to be the king of the indies. I think is going to pretty much reign supreme. So
indies and medium-sized titles.
Exactly.
Marines too.
Yep. Speaking of a medium-sized title with grand ambitions or grand expectations, let's say. The main game I've been playing for about 30 minutes or 45 minutes because I haven't had a lot of time. Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh, yes. Everybody's playing that right now.
So that pop-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, CD. A bit of a spoiler there. Yeah, I've not been playing much of it because I haven't had a lot of time this week and because of work. But so I played a few games of the arcade ladders on a few of the games. So the main ones that I have affiliation with are X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So I've done a little bit of the arcade ladders on those. So notoriously in the past I have turned around and I said I'm not the biggest fan of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 back when it first released. Is it now's the time to turn around and say I think Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is an excellent game? And probably was just a little bit too young to understand how great it is when it released.
Yeah.
I think it is also, for me as well, the fact that they changed it from a 6-button layout to a 4-button layout from Marvel vs. Capcom to Marvel vs. Capcom 2 sort of confused the hell out of me as a kid as well. But yeah, 2 is an excellent game. It is... I haven't tested the netcode out yet, but that is going to be my next port call once I actually have spent some time with the game, learning each mechanic again, because there's a lot to learn across these games. And trying to get used to the pace of each game, because each game is obviously incredibly different in terms of its game speed, its combo styles and routes. Picking up a character like Shimogorath in certain games, he's gone from being a motion character in 3 to a charge character. So having trying to remember all of that again is great fun. The biggest disappointment with the collection, I'm sure most of the people have obviously said this in reviews, but the fact that the game has online to it and it has apparently a pretty sturdy rollback netcode to it, doesn't have cross-play, unfortunately. So you are pretty much reserved to only playing against PC players, Switch players, or PS4 players, wherever you buy it. So that was such a shame, especially since when the game launched on Steam, it had about 6,000 players to start. Most of the ex-pros are all playing it on PC, so that dwindled the player count to about 2,000 players within a couple of days. So, yeah, great fun. But
With
look,
the newer collection, last time they announced crossplay, didn't they?
That's what I thought.
I hope so. I have to go back and look at the trailer. If they have,
Maybe they'll patch
excellent.
that in.
Yeah.
Who knows? If they do, great. If not, well, just having the collection there and having the games, that have been in a licensing hell for years,
I will
accessible
just
and playable
say-
again is great.
I will just say that any game that is on multiple platforms and has online multiplayer
Yes.
ideally should have crossplay.
Yes.
It should.
100%.
Because it
100%.
will just
Something like a fighting game.
It will just
Yeah.
continue the longevity of the game.
Yes.
Because
Which is
even if the fan base diminishes so much on each platform individually, at least if there's still like 1,000 on each platform, there's 4,000 players there.
Yeah,
You know what I
of
mean?
course.
So you're still likely to get a game.
Yeah, and whilst it isn't included in the news this week and what we're going to be covering, it was announced for an Xbox One release next year as well, which great. Can't argue with that.
I mean, that's weird though, but yeah.
Probably because they were having problems with the Series S, but who knows? Maybe it just wasn't in their development plans to start with, and then saw the.
Wouldn't be the first time the Series S is holding something back. Yeah.
Nope, not a surprise, but yeah, it's just a little bit disappointing it doesn't have crossplay, but hey, having these games again, fantastic. Kind of annoying I've had to double dip because digital release at the moment and then physical release in November, but
Oh dear.
hey, that copy will remain sealed.
Well, I'm so old that I played X-Men versus Capcom on an arcade machine in the Walmart.
Sorry, wait, you mean X-Men versus Street Fighter?
That's what I meant, sorry. X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Yeah, because it was
That's how
Marvel
old I am.
Superheroes versus Street Fighter, then Marvel vs. Capcom.
Because I was so obsessed with the X-Men.
Yeah. The only game I actually haven't played in the collection is Punisher yet, but I will be
Alright.
going back and playing that at some point because
I
side-scroller
mean,
beat 'em ups.
kind of the Marvel was Capcom and Punisher collection.
Yeah, but it was technically the game that started the whole thing with the the whole brand thing with Marvel. You know, they got the license to work on a Punisher game and then built from there.
Yep.
So, Kylie, how's your week been? What you been playing? Too many games?
Yes. First, let me say, Flame says, "I'm good. Hope you're doing well. Doing great." And Denker says, "Yes, in that one level, Pete, themed around a certain IP. That's for you."
Which is he talking about?
He's talking
World
about
1, 2,
yes.
3, or 4?
I think he's talking about the first one. Yeah.
Oh, Mike
And
knows
the
about that
gift
spoiler.
here. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Yes.
Good point.
Well, yeah,
actually.
Mike was. So Mike was in the call on Friday after our Splatoon recording, and I told him about it, and he went, "Oh my god, that's pretty damn cool, actually."
Oh, now I'm dying. I'm gonna have to
Well,
ask.
I will tell you after the recording is done.
But I
yes, that one is damn cool as well.
right.
And the music is incredible.
That's not what she said because that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'm pulling
No,
up my
it doesn't.
pulling up my iPad because I have to see.
When Kylie's go-to fails.
I have no more material. What am I gonna do? Okay, so Oh my gosh, my week's great. It doesn't matter. I want to talk about my playing. I definitely think I think I might have my. I don't want to say this ahead of time because we are in September, but I might have my game of the year.
All right.
Oh dear.
I definitely have a nominee for my game of the year. I have 2 on the list so far.
I have 2 on the list so far, I guess.
So Taker says, well, I was trying to be coy.
No, I have 3 on the list now.
Well, let me say, this is how I described it on my stream. I stand by this. It is a game that if Goat Simulator and Hitman went on this really great date and they both got drunk and they made sweet, sweet love on the mini golf course and they had a baby.
Are
Is
you
it
saying
Squirrel with a
Agent
gun?
47
This would
should
be
make
Squirrel
love
with
to
a
a gun?
CD got it. Squirrel with a gun. It's the best game. I love it so much. I
With
love
that
it so much.
description, it kind of narrowed it down.
I mean, it makes sense now.
I love that game so much. I played it Monday. Usually, I have ADHD, so I can only spend like 5-10 minutes on a game, and then I'll switch to a different. If I don't enjoy it, I'll go to the next thing. So the 2 games I'm playing right now is Outlaws and Squirrel with a Gun.
Oh damn! Can get it for $7.99 on PC.
Yes, it is very, very cheap right now. I do like Danker said 211, bang bang baby. I just like that. But
And that's done.
I had so much fun. And yeah, Nana made this point on my stream, and this is a very valid point. It's Pete, no joke. This was basically they could reboot Conquer as well. It's that same vein.
What with Squirrel with a Gun developers?
Yeah, the squirrel was adorable. I freaked out on my stream. I probably should go clip that. He was so adorable, and you can put hats on him. You can put hats on him, Pete. Little squirrel hats.
I mean, you don't need to sell this anymore. I'm already on the fence. I was anyway.
I can tell you even more. He carries. Okay, so you start with a pistol. The pistol is bigger.
Shocking.
Yeah. The pistol is bigger than the squirrel, and then he goes to an SMG. Now they do take into account the kickback, so they did, and that's the thing. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what happens. And the thing is, I loaded up the game. I'm gonna be honest. I did think we were dealing with. Look, I love Goat Simulator. That's not a joke. Goat Simulator 3 was my game of the year, but I thought we were kind of dealing with that quality. You know, it's kind of like reused assets. They were just playing around. Goat Simulator was originally just a tech demo. You know, so that's what I was
physics
expecting.
engine demo, isn't it?
That's all it was. For Coffee Stain Studios. I loaded up Squirrel with a Gun, and first of all, we were greeted to this beautiful, it's not a joke, James Bond style song, Squirrel with a Gun. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then, like, as I got into it, like, the graphics, they're not cheap reused assets. They're made to look like cheap reused assets, but of a higher quality. You can even see the etchings on the bullets and stuff like that. And so I don't think that went through, Pete.
No, it did not.
I do say that's where I got it, was at CD Keys. It's very affordable.
Yeah.
But the
graphics, first part of the link works.
Yeah, the graphics are astounding. The music is next level. The sound design is great. It is a silly game. You have to go in there knowing that. If you don't really have that kind of goofy, silly, irreverent kind of sense of humor, you probably won't like it.
With that name, I would have expected a serious
detective
noir game.
Exactly, it's a serious, hard-hitting. But I flipped out. I love this game. I have actually played it all week, which is just not normal for me because I don't have that attention span. No, I'm in for the long haul. I am stuck on a racing bit because I'm very bad at anything that takes coordination. But that
honestly, it's very fitting because when I just think of that scene in Up with the dog, squirrel.
This is not a joke. I named that stream. Ooh, squirrel. Also, he has a gun.
Nice.
But
so every time your attention trails off, you go, "Oh, squirrel!"
I'm a squirrel. And then, but for real, my gosh, they're okay. So he has costumes too, not just hats. I do love hats. We know.
Oh my god.
He has costumes. There's a costume called the Dainty Dress. Pete, it's a little squirrel, and he walks around like this in his little dress.
Right, I'm paid on Thursday. This is a sold.
I love it. so much. It has definitely brought me more joy. I'm not gonna tell my other Game of the Year things until we do our show
Yeah,
or
of
leading up to
course.
it. But this is like I love this game. It is like
I mean,
I love it so much.
I was on the fence about it when I saw it. It did look kind of cool, and I was like, I'm just going to wait and see what the reviews are like. But now I think I'm not. I'm
Well-
off the fence, and I'm going to leap and go and get it.
Speaking of leaping,
You're diving down.
well, see,
Oh, I'm going to fly down.
Funny you guys say that.
For me, it just sounds like Kylie is going nuts over this game.
Oh,
See what you did there.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
But this, thank you, Nana. That's very cool. But even when you get to the top, so you have to go to a flagpole, to like open. It's kind of has a little Ubisoft stuff thrown in there. You go to the top of the flagpole. It kind of opens up that area. It tells you what you have to do in that. At the bottom of each flagpole.
and you were doing such a good job with selling it.
But these are just
Oh
Easter eggs.
no, Peter's
These are
just
just Easter
rescinded.
eggs. But listen, at the bottom of each flagpole is a haystack. They knew they were doing Ubisoft when
Of
they
course.
did it. Yes.
Okay, all right, okay, because they're on the nose about it.
Exactly.
You've drawn me back in.
See, I cannot say enough about this game. It is hilarious. It is amazing, and I know you think, oh, but Goat Simulator, that was kind of like cheap and all this kind of stuff. No, this is like they took the humor of Goat Simulator, and they took a lot from Hitman. You can tell, and they did make an elevated game. I'm nuts. I'm nuts about this game. Thanks, Mike.
There you go.
But so that was Monday, and then Wednesday I finished out How to F Boyfriend, which is the pigeon dating sim.
Of course.
Now,
Birds and pigeons.
yeah, a lot of people, and in particular, someone over on my YouTube account said, please play this offline. You're going to love it. It is a Devolver product. I've mentioned that before. There's a whole lore that I have not explored. This game is weird, guys. That's why I play it on Weird Wednesdays. I will probably do that just because I want to know more about the lore. I'm so confused about this whole setup of this thing. So I'll probably do that. But since we got the one of the endings pretty quickly into, I think, less than 30 minutes, less than half an hour into my stream, we started up another dating sim, which was called Raptor Boyfriend.
Of course.
I've seen this trailer. I don't know if I saw the trailer here or on another stream, but it's exactly what it sounds like. It's this like, it's set in 1997. The style is very 90s, and it's a very emo protagonist, and she ends up in a school where there's different kinds of like fairies and stuff like that, and then this really cool skateboarding raptor. So we played that for the remainder of the time. I think it's good.
Have they gotten Ego Raptor to voice it?
Oh, that'd be good.
Oh, that would be amazing. That's where Dream Daddies came from.
It's a beautiful day and everyone is excited. There was a party and the whole Nintendo crew was invited.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love Ego Raptor. That was fantastic.
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely.
Back in the day.
Yes. For those who don't know, that's Game Grumps. That's for the newer generation. But us oldies, we know him as Ego Raptor. Oh god, miss those days. Newgrounds. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, so good. Friday I started. Okay, so what I like to do over on my channel is I really do, and if you're an indie producer of any kind, if you're a publisher, if you're a developer, if you're a writer, whatever, do get in touch with me. I will stream your game live. I will try my best. I went, oh, excellent, 5% off. Danker put in the chat.
Yeah,
Thank you so much,
as
Danker.
you play.
But this game, oh crap, what was it called? Something Hanwell. Hold on 2 seconds. Beyond Hanwell is what it's called. It is an indie horror game because I like to play horror games on Fridays. Frightening Friday. Well, first of all, I loaded up the game and I loaded in. You know how like when you fall through a floor and it's glitched and you can see all the assets, but
Yes.
space in between, and it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sat there for a while and had to render. But then I started to walk through, and they tried a jump scare, which I do need to clip. Nana, I totally forgot to clip that. Yeah, exactly. On Fridays we ended up playing horror games. Yes, bad horror games. So far it's been bad every single time, except for Doki. Doki Literature Club is good, but it's visually, it's a nice game. I think the whoever did the visuals, they did really well on it. The lighting needs a little bit of work. The game itself was just like, we were just walking around this, like, okay, it's very hard to scare me. First of all, I don't get scared easily at all.
You walk through the street. Oh,
Yeah,
jump scare.
exactly. That's what.
Oh, jump scare.
Kylie.
Okay.
Yes,
Hi,
Mike.
jump
Yes,
scare.
Mike.
Hi, jump
Your
scare.
bank account is in the red.
That's terrifying, Mike. But
And
yeah,
there go my
Probably better
eardrums.
jump scare than anything in that game.
yeah. But it is funny, CD, that you say that, because I actually have some shorts up where they're trying to do a jump scare, and I'm like, oh, that was supposed to scare me. Because I don't have that reaction. Yeah. So I walked through this. It's an abandoned hospital. I mean, it borrows heavily from Outlast, heavily. But there's nobody else in there, and it's not scary enough to make you want to keep going. That's a weird thing to say, but if you play horror games, you know what that means. There's no intrigue. There was no nothing. And
There's no tension.
No tension. Zero tension. The logic didn't make sense. It just, I don't know. It didn't catch it for me. So we ended that after about half an hour, because I try to give half an hour to all indie games. I was just a Hitman, because I love Hitman. I love Hitman. And then Saturday I also played Hitman. I love Hitman, and I killed my target. Woo! And that's another thing, folks. I do want to plug my channel, twitch.tv/KileyWilde_WILDE. Because I play Hitman wrong, but somehow I keep getting my targets. There's no way I should be getting away with the stuff that I do, but I do, and it's fun.
You're the Mike Myers of Hitman.
Yeah,
Nice.
baby. Very yeah. Pew, pew, pew.
Yes. Yeah, my gun did not even have a silencer on it. I didn't realize I was using the guard's gun, and I shot a guy in front of a bunch of people with a loud ass gun, and nobody saw. I was like, oh, okay.
They went, oh, someone died. Must be the ending and why.
Oh, Nana said Saturday we didn't play Hitman. What did we play? I gotta pull it up. We played. Crime Scene Cleaner. Crime Scene Cleaner. Which, again, I mentioned this before on the show, and I'm gonna mention it now.
I think you mentioned that last time when I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do actually, because the game I wanted to play was Prison Architect. First of all, okay, wait. On Saturdays, I try to do wholesome. I have a lot of friends back home in
wholesome
Texas.
Prison Architect.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, I was so disconnected. I was thinking a nice build game.
Wholesome Crime Scene Cleaner.
Yeah, okay. It started to go downhill pretty fast, and I was like, I'm trying to be wholesome so their kids will watch me. I couldn't do it. Crime Scene Cleaner does take the mechanics of Power Wash Simulator and Viscera Cleanup Detail, and it does improve upon it. But, that's okay, Danker. It's still, I play a lot of cleanup games. It's just how I'm wired. I don't know. I don't want a story. I don't want a storyline. I don't want lore. I don't want a secondary. I want to clean things.
You just want to power hose some motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I want to do. Unfortunately, it does add this element.
Unclean.
Needs to be clean. Has to be clean.
Say hello to my little friend.
It's a power wash simulator.
Say hello to my little hose. That's what he said.
It's about how you use it. Anyway, but yeah, so like if you prefer kind of story, a moving forward kind of type of thing, you will like Crime Scene Cleaner. It's not, or is it Crime Scene Cleaner or Crime Scene Cleanup? I think it's Crime Scene Cleaner.
Crime Scene Cleaner.
But I
Crime Scene Creamer.
Oh God.
Some people, I don't know. But the thing that I noted was there was a difference between, like, Viscera Cleanup Detail, which again is probably one of my top 10 games. It has this compulsion to finish the level. You want to clean. I don't know why it drives you to clean it. It drives you to get, it just drives you to perfection. Crime Scene Cleaner, I get kind of bored, and I'm like, it's fine. Okay. But that's a me thing, and I think it's because there's a storyline involved, and you have to pick up evidence and all this kind of stuff. But that's just my theory. But if you do like cleanup games, I really love that that's becoming a more, like, intense genre. Like, people are adding to it, making games that way, because that just speaks to me so much.
So you would want a sandbox mode for that game.
Exactly. Oh, exactly. Oh, can you imagine? And I'll tell you this, and then we'll move on, Pete. They have Shrek DLC for Power Wash Simulator coming up, and I am so there.
Yeah, I think they announced that in the opening
I
night.
remember Pete saying that in the last time.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was in the part of the showcase.
Okay, I didn't even remember if we did it on the show or not. But
Yes, we clearly did.
okay.
Nana, bring up the clip.
No, because you even had the same reaction.
Okay, good. See, I'm consistent. I'm always consistent. But I do want to
Shows how little she cares about the show.
Oh, that's not true. It shows how much I drink.
Somebody once told her.
Yeah, I wonder who it was.
Gonna roll her.
I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. We all know that. But
we've got almost an a cappella thing going on here.
I'm putting a stop to this right now. No, I fucking hate that song.
I know.
I want to congratulate you all, guys, because this has probably been the longest build-up.
I know.
For the main part of the show.
What an intro!
Nearly 43 minutes
of an intro. But I do
What an intro!
It's all right though, because after this, I probably won't speak much. I'll just sit in the corner and drink. But I know,
yeah, right.
Yeah, right. I know nobody believes that. Run a poll. But what I do want to say is, I do want to give an extra shout out. Well, first of all, to people who come watch me. My chat.
Thanks, Nana.
Most of my chat is obviously Rapid Reviews chat. You guys are amazing. You just make me feel amazing. I love it when you show up and just I love it. But also,
no, I wanted to hang around on Wednesday, but I was walking home from work and couldn't really keep the stream loaded.
No, that is a-okay. But I did want to do a special shout out for Nana because Nana has really been helping me a lot. Because
this channel too, thank you very much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all over, because we know I'm a little bit of an airhead, I guess. I don't know if that's what you would call it. Can you be a smart airhead? Yeah, sure, that's what I am. So he has to come up behind me and clean all my messes. And it's been.
So you're saying he's the crime scene cleaner?
There you go, Queen of Chaos. He's got to clean up after me. There you go. So special shout out to Nana, because I definitely needed his help this week. But I think that's going to wrap up our intro. I can't believe it was like 50 minutes. 45
wrap up the intro. We're wrapping up the show.
Yeah, that's the show, guys. Good luck. If you want to hear us talking about a PS5 Pro, good luck. It's not happening.
We just literally clickbaited the internet. They came here listening for PS5 stuff, and we just spoke about everything else. But
at least we could say we've got stamina. But Pete,
do we?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Yes. But Pete, I am switching this over to you. El Capitan.
No, you're PS5ing this over.
I leave
Wrong
from
console.
behind. I'm also gonna drink from behind. But I'm tossing this over to you. Tell us about your latest stuff, because it's been a crazy week. But go for it.
It has been, but we're not really covering much news this week. All we're going to be talking about this week is the biggest news.
Well, that's what I meant.
It was that on Tuesday, as of recording, Sony decided that they were going to put a video or a live stream out with a technical presentation revealing the PS5 Pro with lead architect Mark Cerny, the man who ASMRs everyone to sleep.
Oof. Oofa doofa.
Yeah, so it was about 9 minutes long. I watched this whilst I was at work, but for those in the audience who have no clue what has happened, and I am going to affectionately say that I put this in the beforehand, we are going to EFAP the shit out of this whole presentation. So those who don't get the reference, good luck. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to watch the presentation. We're going to stop it at points and discuss it, and then we're going to go through the blog post that was posted afterwards and a few key points that have come out from the resulting things, such as the Digital Foundry podcast. So, I am Kiley. I need you to adjust the window because I'm going to open this. I'm going to share my screen.
I'm going to attempt this on a full bottle of wine. But yes.
Oh dear. Buckle up, folks.
Oh, there we go. Strap in and strap on,
Hey.
as I always say.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I have to click
as
it. I forgot. Hold on. I have to.
As I yeah, you do. I haven't got the chat open, so
Okay.
you're gonna have to let me know if everyone can see this.
There we go. We're across the bottom. We're bottoms now.
Power bombs.
Yeah. Color switch.
Nice. So
Raspberry.
very nice. So right.
Turn
Let's
our
just.
names
It
off.
definitely tastes different, yeah.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna play this and let me know if obviously you can hear it as well.
Oh crap! Did we disappear?
No, the video is just
We're
deciding
at
to be a
the
pain in the
bottom
dick.
at the moment.
Okay.
We're lined up
People
small.
will be
at
able
the
to hear us now. They just may not be able to see us.
Yes. Well, for some reason the video now decides not to be a pain in the
There
ass.
we go. Where did we go though?
Huzzah!
Oh,
Yeah.
now it's completely black.
There we go.
I lost us. It doesn't matter. You guys keep going. I'll find us.
No, I've got a render issue, so screw this. Whatever.
Oh,
Oh
okay,
no!
Anyway, we'll just
Okay.
go through some of the key points that were here, because everyone, let's assume that everyone's watched this, haven't they? We'll talk about it, shall we?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Weirdly
totally
enough, we played the
watched...
freaking we played the
vigorously,
freaking
much obliged.
Minecraft trailer last week, and it worked perfectly fine. And now it wants to be a pain in the ass. Congratulations.
I totally watched this PlayStation.
Yes, we did. Anyway, so like I said, 9 minutes of lead architect Mark Cerny talking about the PS5 Pro. Just before we carry on with this one, obviously they showed what it looked like, and Mike, I really wanted to do this. Mike gave me the absolutely brilliant idea of going to buy some black electrical tape and putting 3 stripes across my PS5 to show I had a PS5 Pro. I couldn't find black electrical tape, unfortunately.
Really?
So that gag is out.
Such a
That's
shame.
the most common.
I know, it would have been absolutely superb. It would have been hilarious, but
The racing stripes
anyway.
make it go faster, Pete.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So,
The wrong color for that, though.
That's true. It needs to be red.
yes. So basically,
Yes,
this is essentially a PS5 Slim with 3 racing stripes on it rather than
Yep.
the 1. Go faster stripes. It is sans a disc drive as well, so it's an all-digital
Yes.
console.
And also without a vertical stand.
That's true. Oh, that's
Yep. So the vertical stand is yes, an extra $30 or 30 quid or whatever much it is.
ridiculous.
Yeah, the disc drive, we'll get into that in a bit as well. But what was it they said? They said it's got 67% better performance or GPU output, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you quantify that?
Don't know.
The PS5, the original, has 36 compute units,
Oh, okay.
and the Pro has 60. And
Okay, yeah.
so
So,
that's
What
Sure.
about
and
teraflops? That's what we really care about.
more compute.
well, they decided not to flop
33
it
and
out
a
on the.
half.
Nana, please
Oh
ban.
right, I was going to say they didn't exactly talk about that in the showcase.
Not in the
They
video, but
weren't flopping it
do.
out on the table.
Oh my goodness.
They didn't do that.
Oi, oi.
Which is weird, kind of, because that's kind of what Mark Cerny would do.
Usually he would do, but
And
unusually.
maybe they should have done that instead
Possibly.
of the examples they've shown.
Yeah. So basically,
Ugh.
thanks, CD. That gets into our next point. Is they decided to actually show what kind of a difference this is going to make on certain games, including The Last of Us
Last of Us
2
2?
Remastered, Spider-Man 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Horizon
I think
Forbidden
those were the main
West.
ones.
Yeah, they had a sizzle reel with a few of them on
Those
there, but the
three
main
were the
ones
main
were
ones.
yeah. So they were showing obviously so one of the new features of this is PSSR or what is the acronym? It's something
PlayStation
spectral.
Spectral Super Resolution.
Oh yes, that's the one.
PlayStation sucks socks in robot hell.
Or also affectionately now known on the internet as Pisser.
Yes.
So this is essentially an AI upscaling tool that is meant to render more pixels, or at least use AI learning to render an image a little bit more clearer, let's say, at a pixel level. So they went in and basically did a zoom in of Ratchet.
The zoom in was for Last of Us 2, the zoom
Yeah,
in
and
was for Spider-Man, and the zoom in was for Ratchet and Clank.
Right.
yeah, there was one of the ones that I remember specifically was zooming into Ratchet and showing how like the difference between the PS5 and the PS5 Pro versions of the fact that they were using PSSR.
Yeah. All three.
And yep. And then
All three are pretty terrible examples.
well, we're gonna get that in full detail. I'm just trying to break this down as best as I can because I was kind of hoping that we would be watching this rather than me trying to describe it. Crappy technical issues.
It's a live show. That's how it goes.
It is. It is.
Good.
So after basically at the end of the discussion or the Mark Cerny talking at you like you actually know technical details, there was a big sizzle reel of certain games that were on there, including Forbidden West. There was GT7 and a few others. Obviously, they'd already done earlier. Then was the grand thing that they decided to state at the end. They left it until the very last second. Vertical stand, like CD has put, $30 not included within the box because Sony wants to make money.
Money.
No disc drive, and £699.99 or $699.99. And or €799.99.
Nope.
Lot of money.
So once you include the fact that the disc drive is about £80 to £100 or €80 to €100 or $80 to $100, plus the vertical stand, this grand total for PS5 Pro with all of that it is roughly about 830 quid.
Nope.
Roughly, give or take a few pennies.
Or
if you're in Japan, a lot of 100,000 yen.
Yeah.
As such,
if you're in New Zealand, it's well over $1,000.
As such a bad move. It's gonna blow.
A lot of people were doing the breakdowns of how much it would cost if you were to live in the UK and buy it using dollars, which worked out as roughly about $1,000.
Yeah, there's no entertainment system on this planet, not even a fully fledged VR system, that I would drop £1,000 for. Nope.
No, and the internet has been unified for once in the fact that Sony are taking the pisser.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, except for some Sony fanboys, but yeah.
We will get to that in a bit because that's quite hilarious.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people have now brought up the old classic from E3 all those years ago, where Sony walked on stage and
See-
said the PS3 was $599.99,
But
and you'd need a second job to pay for one.
see,
Mhm.
what was crazy about that E3 though was people complained. I was one of them. And
Yep.
Sony did I was gonna say 360 again. That's not what I mean.
Mm,
180.
No, they did.
That's
No, they
exactly
did not.
no.
No,
I
they
thought
did
that they
not.
did.
No,
Was
they
it the
did
next
not.
year? Was it the always online one that they did?
No,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
Xbox. That was Xbox turning around and saying we're going to be DRM, and then the next day, all they had to do was go, "This is how you share your games on PlayStation 4," and it's the video of them literally sharing a disc
Okay,
between them,
that's what
which is
I mean.
hilarious.
But that was a
But
long
that's
time ago.
but
and
that's
a
because
lot of
Sony got
wine
freaking
flowed.
burned by the PS3 and all the kickback
Yeah,
from
you're
that. That they
right.
had felt like they had
That's
to
right.
be
Yes.
upfront with the consumers.
They did improve
That's
over
right.
time with the Slim
Like,
and all that.
Yeah, all the
But
slim
the
versions.
original.
I was
Yep.
a strong Xbox girl by then. I
And
dropped PS.
Mhm.
PS2 was my last PlayStation.
Yep. Gone are
Until
the
now.
days where Sony could walk out on an E3 stage and literally put $2.99. Gone. Literally, that classic E3, or was it? What was it? $1.99 or something? Or however much it
$2.99.
was.
It was.
Yeah, it was
Against the
$2.99. Yeah,
Saturn.
yeah, it was because Sega came out and overpriced the Saturn in a stupid way, and they literally, rather than giving a full press conference at E3, just walked out and went $2.99 and walked off.
Mm-hmm.
So arrogant.
One of the most memeable E3 moments of all time.
See, that's the thing that has haunted Sony from the beginning is their arrogance. Just absolute arrogance.
Yeah.
It's a constant with Sony, isn't it?
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
they get ahead, and then they get arrogant,
Yep.
and then they eat humble pie, and then they get arrogant again.
Yeah, and then they'll do something really good, and then yeah, exactly.
But that's why the
Yeah.
PS4 was like the way that it was, because
Ugh.
they had to eat a bit of humble pie with
did.
that PS3, and then Microsoft just made it too easy for them.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite obvious the PS4 was going to be DRM, and they just rescinded that after seeing the reaction.
I'm not even too sure on that.
I think it was. I'm pretty sure they had enough time to reverse that decision.
Mm. Yeah, if they had that decision, but I'm not too sure if they had that really. Honestly, in that case, it's probably more of a, yeah, they did nothing,
You know what's
Oh,
and
thanks,
it
Mike.
helped them.
I'm gonna go on a
Like they
tangent.
had their plan, and they just profited from Microsoft's stupidity at
Yes,
the time.
that's
Yes.
it. That's exactly what they did. But
Yes.
Mm.
I'm watching. I'm watching.
Yeah,
Mike
I
try
know.
to
Mike
dissect.
is literally just
Yeah.
street casting it via
Yeah.
his webcam.
That
Fantastic.
works. But fun fact that I have mentioned on this show many times, and I'm gonna do it again, just because it blows my mind, which is very easy to do, by the way. The U.S. Air Force has 1,760 Sony PlayStations 3 that they use as servers.
As a server, yeah. Yes, they do.
Why?
I mean, the compute unit it's quite beastly.
Not now.
Not anymore, but I
Exactly.
mean,
But it's
they at one point got it, so now they have that investment.
I mean,
But
probably
yes,
got it
that's
for cheap.
true. Yep. For anyone who wants to look that up.
Yeah, I've seen the picture of it. It's quite incredible.
It is. It's funny.
Seeing all those things hooked up,
It's
and then they
very-
wonder why people couldn't actually get a consumer version.
Exactly.
Yes. So I'm going to go around the room. What's our general thoughts about this presentation? I nearly gave away what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I'm currently watching it at the moment, as you already know, because I've been sort
Mike,
of,
you didn't do your homework. That's terrible.
No, of course I didn't.
What did you expect?
I mean, Kylie didn't do her homework.
I
I'd
didn't.
expect that.
No. Why would
No, I
do
was
that?
too busy playing Splatoon. You know this.
You didn't have 9 minutes?
Oh, that's what
Um,
she said.
I mean, you had
No.
9 minutes for plenty other things.
A
yes,
lot
I mean,
can
there's
happen in
plenty
9
you can do
minutes.
in 9 minutes.
Yeah,
3 games of
exactly,
Splatoon.
exactly. Cheers.
You could do it 9 times. But I mean, the reveal trailer for the PS5, that's about a minute each. So,
There
yeah,
you
9
go.
minutes. You can
There
watch
you
that 9
go.
times. Yeah.
Yep.
Get your minds out the girl.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, to be fair, all of this to me, it's just jargon.
Yeah.
Jargon. Oh yeah, the upgraded GPU, the advanced ray training, ray tracing rather, the
tracing, yeah.
upscaling.
Yeah.
Ray training.
Ooh.
You mean this? To be fair, I mean I'm not that technically minded to me where that means anything to me.
Right.
I am very very simple in the case of can I play games on it?
Mhm.
Will I enjoy the games that can be played on it? That's all
Yeah.
I really care about.
Mm.
That is it. I mean, I have seen what what so many people have done with far less. Like I know we all keep coming back to this, but The Witcher 3 on the Nintendo
Oh,
Switch.
yeah. No,
Mhm.
that is
You know what I
a
mean?
huge accomplishment that they were able to do that.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is, and it just means that there's no excuse for
Yep.
developers to really,
Yep.
really push the hardware as
Mhm.
much as they can. And I like you have said on previous shows as well that
Oh,
they have
yes.
not pushed the PS4
Nope.
to its limits
Or
as of
PS5.
yet, except for PS5. Yeah, sorry, I'm that dated. I'm that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PS7 now.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, the PS5, they've not pushed that to its limits as of yet. Though you did say that there have been a couple of games that have come fairly close. Would you
I'd
say
say
Astrobot pushes?
I'd
Yeah.
say Astrobot's lighting effects and performance generally is one of the standouts for it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's really pushing the capabilities of the machine in a massive way because it's not that big of a game, but I mean, it is technically a very well accomplished game.
Hmm.
It looks nice. It's got some very nice sound design, very nice audio design, and some
Yeah.
good lighting effects. It's great, and it loads very, very quickly. It
It does.
utilizes that SSD in a very good way. But
Yeah.
it is the exception to the rule because there aren't many experiences worth talking about on the PS5. A lot of those experiences, I mean, especially there have been quite a few
Exclusive
like
experiences.
God of War Ragnarok and
Mhm.
stuff with the like Horizon Forbidden West
But
have
what
been
does it
available on
do?
PS4 too.
Hmm. But what does it do differently, or so much differently that the other games on the PlayStation,
Right.
do?
Not a hell of a lot.
Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't have super realistic graphics.
True.
It's all about the teraflops.
True.
Mm,
Yes.
And it probably
So it
doesn't have
doesn't
a
have to try and
protagonist that
push
constantly
the.
talks at you.
That is also true. But it doesn't have to push the console to its limits to be an
Right.
absolutely fantastic game that runs very, very well. Like
No,
you said,
that
it has
is
very
true.
relatively quick load times.
No, that
It's
is
60
that
frames
is.
as well. Just something
yeah.
that seems to be almost impossible on any other game without a performance mode.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's just native. It's native. I wouldn't say 4K. It's probably checkerboard 4K because it's probably
Yeah.
1440p.
Slightly upscaled, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's still 60 frames per second and still looks very, very nice. I said it's not going to blow your socks off in terms of its install size, but it still is just very well done. Whereas something like, I don't know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth looked like a piece of arse at the best of times, even on a performance mode. Like the fidelity mode
Oh,
even
dear.
looked kind of terrible
Depends on
to
the
it.
arse.
I mean, let's
good
just say a
point.
flat one.
That is a good point, Mike.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Sorry, I'm going to annoy a lot of Final Fantasy fans. I don't care for that game. That game sucks.
I have to say that when I walked off the train, it's a train, right? I met Pete at the station before we walked on
Oh
the
God, yeah.
WASD.
Yep.
Yeah, Pete was very
Animated.
anime. That's it about Final Fantasy remake. So this is
Rebirth.
or rebirth, whatever it was.
Rebirth.
Yes.
This is authentic and true.
Yes, because that
Remake, a
boss.
lot of people had a lot of good things to say. Rebirth, it went the other way.
Oh, I was about
Yes.
to make a really bad joke. Oh, would it
It's
got
it,
canceled?
it's got to that point where it's so bad that I don't even want to play the third game in the series. I'm not even buying it. I'm just going to watch it on YouTube because I don't give a shit anymore.
What a miscarriage of justice.
Overbloated games should never have been free games.
I mean, you could save yourself £70 and just watch a streamer, long play
There you
it.
go.
You
Yep,
get more or less the same experience and the frustrations that go along with it. So,
I
yeah.
agree.
Kylie, I doubt that you're ever going to play it.
Oh no, I'm not.
Exactly. And it'll take about 5 years to come to PC.
No.
Yeah. Which is weird because again, I've said this before. That was teenager Kylie's favorite game. Final Fantasy VII was the first game that ever made me cry. Um, I don't.
Spoilers.
Well, I'll just leave it at that. But I think it's very weird though, because I don't know if this is something everyone experiences or just I did. I now my whole teenagerhood was basically platformers and JRPGs. That was what Abe's Odyssey and Final Fantasy VII, and that was my
Mm-hmm.
Now, a million years later, I don't like JRPGs at all. Like I have no. It's just a very strange thing. So I do have this continuous love of Final Fantasy VII. Well, Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy VII really stands out to me. I couldn't after Pete let me borrow whatever the first one
Remake.
was. Remake. I just it's beautiful. It plays well, but I didn't have that same spark. So I think it's very strange. It's just not. It just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I think the thing was is because it came out in a very unusual time with the fact that we were
Maybe so.
currently locked in our houses,
Oh,
unable to
yeah.
do anything, and my copy came a week early. It just gave me something to do, and I probably thought a lot more highly of the game than probably should have been because I went back and played it on PS5 and was like,
Also, thank you, Nana.
this isn't the
catching up.
greatest experience the second time around.
It didn't capture it or something. I don't know. But
Anyway, that's a tangent. But Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was technically mentioned in this presentation. How apparently it is going to look a lot nicer. It was also confirmed that apparently about 80% of PS5 players have all been using performance mode rather than fidelity mode.
performance enhanced.
I wonder why. Almost like people want actual frames rather than a nice looking.
I have no idea. I will tell you this, tangent time. We've talked about often.
Congratulations.
We've often talked about on this show. I can't see a difference between 30 and 60 frames. It's just I have very strange eyes. I've been to an ophthalmologist, whatever
Optometrist.
that thing, and he was like, "Oh, your eyes are shaped kind of weird, and you got a lot of cones back there." Thanks. Don't know what that means, but it means that I can't tell the difference between 30 and 60 frames. But I was watching Pink Floyd's The Wall over the weekend. This is one of my favorite movies / albums, and somebody had redone it in 4K. I don't like that.
Oh, send that to me, please.
I will. Yeah, I did think of you, Pete, actually.
Kylie, if you want to know the difference between 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second, play Fortnite on your Xbox and then play it on Switch.
Oh!
Yeah,
Oh,
you'll be able to
wow.
notice the difference immediately.
You'll be able to do
Really?
the same thing if you play Fall Guys on PC and then play it on the Switch as well.
Right.
That is
It's
true.
very noticeable.
Yeah, I might have to do that because I oftentimes, I've said it so many times on the show, Pete does, and he's not, now let me first say, Pete's not wrong. Yes, every game that is produced now should be 60 frames because, I mean,
100%.
it's 2024. But I can't see the difference.
My question is it more noticeable because of what you see or because the controls feel better?
Ooh, good point.
I would.
Because the controls feel better.
See,
I would say that Fall Guys definitely feels better because it controls better in that respect.
So it's less about seeing the difference; it's about feeling it.
Oh, I like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll give me.
Yeah, because Honestly, most humans can't see mostly above 30 or
I can't.
40 frames per second anyway.
I
But
legit can't.
it definitely feels the difference. And that's a fair point. I'm glad you brought that up, CD.
Yeah, because I never thought of that. That's worth another shot. Okay.
Yeah, because I've noticed this before when I've been playing things like Street Fighter 6 on PC, where I can visually see my frames dropping, and it becomes a bit more stuttery, but it
Yeah,
feels
that's
so
the
much
thing.
more different.
If it's uneven, that you can definitely notice.
Yeah, but once it's stable, it's you notice any time you may have a drop in frame or a lag spike or anything like that.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's very
So next up, what we're going to do is I'm going to read through what was revealed in the PlayStation blog after the fact, because this was queued up, ready to go as soon as the presentation was done.
Of course.
It will give us a few more details in respects to some of the stuff that we've spoken about. It is quite lengthy. That's what she said.
Beat me to it, Pete. Also, that's what she said.
Yeah. Right. So it was also revealed that September 26th is when these are going up for pre-order, and it's only being done like the same way the PS5 was, via PlayStation Direct, because scalpers. But
Oh, right.
spoiler alert: the scalpers don't care about the console; they're only caring about the disc drives at the moment.
Ooh. Interesting.
All digital console, they're going to try and up the price of those disc drives.
Right.
Because
See,
they're actively available anyway.
I
So, go on.
I was just gonna say, because this has been established since episode 1, I am the minority here, but I've long been a fan of the digital only route. I know no one else agrees
I'm
with me, and that
honestly,
is
I've
okay.
become more used to it the more that I've been picking games up on Steam. I
Yeah.
still prefer a physical game, which is why I double dipped on Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, because I need to have a physical copy of that game.
Yep.
Mostly
I'll be
because of
twofold.
licensing
On
issues.
PC, I have no problems with digital. On console, I prefer retail.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same way. The more I play
I can see that.
on PC.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, the more I play on PC, the more I can't argue with
'Cause see-
digital distribution, because I
Yeah.
do it.
I was gonna say, because I play mainly on PC now, so
Mhm.
I'm just like download it,
Because
whatever.
I'm not really worried about Steam shutting down, for example.
Oh, exactly. That, yeah.
No, but you are worried
Yeah.
about.
With a console, that's a
Yeah.
different
Okay,
story.
yes, I think that's very
100%,
valid.
yeah.
I think that's very valid. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave my thoughts until the end of this, because we'll get to that in a moment. So let's read through this and we can pick apart every little bit as per what we get to. So just let me know if there's anything you want to discuss in more detail. So the blog states, over the last 4 years since the launch of the PS5, we've worked hard to continuously evolve the console experience and deliver great games our players expect from us today. Shout.
Which that was also something noticeable about the presentation. No new games shown.
Right. See.
Or
Yes,
current,
but
or really current games.
Yes.
okay. Well, the rumors that have been doing the rumor mill for the last couple of days is apparently there might be a PlayStation Direct or State of Play
Yeah,
coming at some point
They should have
soon.
shadow dropped something.
Yeah, but they should have really shown something, because if you want to advertise your system, you
Yeah.
should show something significant.
100%. Yeah, I agree. I mean, a lot of
I mean-
people were saying how Insomniac didn't actually.
Wouldn't it be ironic if they did have something prepared with Concord?
Oh no.
Oh, that would have been
Pull that
hilarious.
out again.
Oh, CD, did you see last week's show by any chance?
Oh.
No, didn't get the chance.
So you didn't actually see the fact that I am a proud owner
Yeah.
of a sealed copy of Concord.
He
Yes.
bought it.
Yes.
He did.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I bought that just for the memes.
Mhm.
Just for the lols.
Yes. Anyway,
Whoa.
yeah.
Money well spent.
I have to agree, actually.
Well, was it money well spent? I'll tell you afterwards what I actually did
Mhm.
with it.
Oh no.
All right.
Anyway, so today I'm incredibly proud to announce the next step in the evolution and welcome PS5 Pro to the PlayStation family. Our most advanced and innovative console hardware to date.
Uh-huh.
Most advanced?
Yeah.
Okay. Innovative?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I see that X.
Pressing X to dial.
Yeah, I see. I mean, if it was
Well, I'm flat
PlayStation,
out
it wouldn't
denying
be.
that.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it was PlayStation, it wouldn't be an X. It'd be a cross. It's cross to down.
Cross to dial.
Yeah. Right. So we developed the PlayStation 5 Pro with deeply engaged players and creators in mind. As many of us asked for a console that runs even higher fidelity graphics with smoother frame rates at 60 frames per second. Because you didn't already promise that with the PS5.
I mean, they did. To be fair, they did.
Does everyone remember when it had 8K on the box and they
I
removed
do,
it?
and then they had to remove it. Oh,
And
so
then now they have that again.
Yes.
Yay!
I could go up into my loft and go and grab that box that still says 8K on it. Must be a collector's item by now. We achieved this on the PS5 Pro with several key performance features. So, upgraded GPU. So, it says that it runs 67% more compute units than the current PS5 and 25% faster memory. This enables
28.
up to 45% faster rendering for gameplay, making the experience much smoother. We've kind of discussed that. Advanced ray tracing. We've added even more powerful ray tracing that provides dynamic reflection and refraction of light. Yay.
Don't get me wrong, there are times where you can see ray tracing really does enhance things, but overall, it's not that big of a thing. It's not like teraflops.
It's not $700 worth.
Exactly.
No, it's
that.
definitely not.
Exactly.
Anyway,
that.
third feature was the AI driven upscaling. So it's PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, AI driven upscaling that uses machine learning based technology to provide super sharp image clarity.
Basically,
Okay.
ChatGPT has been included with the PS5.
It's just their version of FSR and DLSSR. So
Exactly.
Yes.
innovative my ass.
No, because the 30 was it the 30 series Nvidia cards were DLSS2 and the 40 series was the third version of it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and they're currently working on a fourth version because they probably got the 50 series.
I mean, yeah,
coming.
AMD is currently on the third iteration of FSR. So
yeah, I haven't actually seen what FSR is like, to be honest.
effectively, pretty much the same.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
It's
Like in the
just
USSR.
open so everyone can use that.
That's what we should call this episode. Back in the PSSR. Only millennials will get that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know.
So anyway, as you were
writing
saying,
it down. Writing it down. Right, so let's continue. Other enhancements include PS5 Pro Game Boost, can be applied, which can apply to more than 8,500 backwards compatible PS4 games playable on PS5 Pro. This feature may stabilize or improve performance of supported PS4 and PS5 games. Enhanced image quality for PS4 is also available to improve the resolution on select PS4 games. PS5 Pro will also launch with the latest wireless technology, so Wi-Fi 7 in territory supporting the standard. VRR and 8K gaming are also supported.
8K.
Great.
There's not even any monitors that anyone can afford, normal people can afford, that are 8K.
Yeah.
And even then, they're kind of
I mean, in terms of TVs, I'm sure that's gonna be around in the next few years.
Oh, I definitely think so.
Well, a couple of years ago, I did actually see an 8K TV in the flesh, and I was just literally looking at that next to a 4K monitor or 4K TV, going, "What is the biggest difference in this? Not a lot."
There isn't.
I was like, "Oh, the colors might slightly pop a little bit more."
Might be a slightly a bit sharper.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, if this screen is larger, I mean, if you're playing it on like a 32 monitor, for example, you're probably really not going to see much difference between a 4K
Would
and an 8K.
have to be
because
quite
it's been
large.
downscaled.
Yeah,
but if you're thinking like 8K in the aspect of like resolution, we're talking probably like a cinema screen now, or at least a small one.
Well, see,
then it's going to look sharp there. Yeah.
But
you know, if you're bringing it down to small,
I mean, it was this TV was like a 65-inch
Well,
TV.
okay.
Yeah.
See, I have a 4K projector.
Mhm.
That's what I watch everything.
Show off.
I'm not showing
Hmm?
off. It's not that great.
Not
It's
much.
actually really, really great, but it's not that great.
Mhm.
It's not that great. It's really, really
It's
great.
really, really great.
Yeah.
But I cannot imagine two things. One, there is a noticeable lag. I used to play Fortnite on the projector, and I
Mhm.
couldn't keep up with the people I was playing with. There was a
Mhm.
lag. Like it was only like
Yeah,
one
it's an
point.
input delay to it.
Yeah. There's
Yep.
absolutely an input delay, so I had to switch back to PC. But
Mhm.
it's we're back to I can't see a difference. I'm gonna be honest. I cannot see a difference between 4K and 8K. That could be a
Yeah.
me thing. That could be
Not a big
absolutely me.
surprise, though. I think
There's not a lot of people
it's
out
the
there.
usual thing with diminishing returns.
That exactly that. You know,
With regular HD to 4K, yeah,
right.
Yeah,
difference
fine.
is gonna be
But
more easily noticeable.
Yeah, the increments
But
now are
4K to
tiny.
8K,
No, I would say the best way to look at this, right, and
Uh-huh.
I've noticed this obviously doing the Never Watchers podcast,
Mm.
is looking at DVD to Blu-ray to then 4K Blu-ray.
Right, okay.
There is quite a stark difference between all three of those platforms, but once you go to 4K Ultra HD,
Yeah.
there's not really much further that you can go other than that. It's just going to be an incremental update, and that's all.
See,
You'd have to go really big screen for
Yeah.
that to be
Yes.
really noticeable.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have a 200-inch screen, I guess is what you'd call it.
That's pretty big.
It's very
Yep.
big. That's what she said. But
I was waiting for that, Kylie.
I
Thanks.
couldn't help it. Yeah, I'm gonna get that low-hanging fruit. But
That's what she said.
I know
It only gets
exactly.
lower with age.
Yeah. But no, in all honesty, I because it's an upscaler, it 8K upscales, which I realize isn't true,
Ah.
authentic, native 8K. I'm 100% understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I literally cannot see a different. Now, I am watching older shows, which could actually
It
be.
depends on where you're watching them though, because some streaming services will upscale to 4K, like Disney
completely
Plus does it.
Right.
destroys
Yeah,
it usually with the bitrate.
that's a good point,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of the old films on Disney are being remastered into 4K, but the bitrate is obviously quite poor on it.
I gotta say, I know we're doing video games, but I can't help it. I gotta bring it up again. Pink Floyd, The Wall, redone in 4K. It's just weird looking. It looks like someone had a
Was
home
it
video
was it
camera.
AI upscaled?
It was AI
Was it
upscaled.
something like
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
some of those
no
transfers
wonder.
are
Yeah,
utterly
no wonder.
appallingly bad.
It looked like
No
someone was
wonder.
using
I've
a camera,
Yeah,
a home video
they've
camera.
done they've done AI upscaling on like Terminator 1 and 2
Yep.
to 4K, and they've been horrifically bad.
Exactly, that's what I was just thinking of. An example they showed was, I think, Terminator or something like another one of the Arnie movies, and that
No, I
looks
don't like it.
terrible.
Whereas
don't
things
like
like Lord of the Rings, fantastic 4K transfers.
Yeah, because
And
they are actual transfers and not upscales.
yeah, exactly.
That, and also maybe CGI stuff, which a lot of Lord of the Rings is. Maybe that just fares better.
What? It's
Some
not
of
that.
it is. I know. It's got a
Some
lot
is not. There's a lot of
But there's
practical.
a lot of practical effects there, but
Yeah.
it always depends on how you do it, because if you have the material on film, then you can transfer that to a high resolution more
Yeah, but-
easily.
Right.
Because the
Yeah,
film
but if
usually has that resolution
Right.
already.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. No. Yes.
Yeah, because they would
absolutely.
have it built for cinema screens that would be able to go up to that resolution
Yeah.
anyway.
And the CG material you can re-render on
Oh,
the
yeah.
high resolution,
Well,
for example,
I-
if you have the material.
I
Yeah.
often spoke about this, but I saw when Ultra HD was a thing. Can you believe that? Woo. I walked into what America has this store called Best Buy, which is where
Oh yes.
it's like Curry's except a little more expensive. But so I walked in.
I mean,
and
curries is pretty expensive.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This is
Mhm.
So I walked in and they had Spider-Man. I want to say it was Spider-Man 3 playing
Mhm.
on this new Ultra HD television. And the DVD had been upscaled. You
Mhm.
could see the CGI. You could see like
Mhm.
it was
Yeah,
not
because
good. It was so bad.
that was also just TV internal upscaling.
Yes,
That was
yes.
the TV doing it, and that's even worse than if you really do it with some computer that
Oh, it's
does the
terrible.
process.
And that
Mhm.
was their
Yeah,
selling point. That was
absolutely.
their example to set. I was like, no, I'm not
Yeah,
buying Ultra
yeah.
HD.
Your
Yeah.
games look worse.
Oh my
When
gosh.
those TVs were new, that was always the big selling point. Like,
Oof.
here you can upscale your HD
That's what
and
it,
even your
yeah.
SD material.
I was
No
like,
thanks.
no, I don't ever want to see this because I could see like the outline of the like
Hmm.
CG where they'd put the flames on, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to ever see that. So I've always been hesitant with this like I do want HD in a way,
Hmm.
but 4K, 8K, 8K, it starts getting again, like I said, the
Hmm.
Pink Floyd the wall that I saw, it looks like somebody is doing it on a Handycam, a Sony Handycam.
Hmm.
I think it almost takes some of the artistry away. Now that might be me, and I'm biased because
Yeah.
I am.
Someone probably just ran that through a
They did.
program that
Mhm.
does an AI upscale,
Yes.
and if you do that badly, yeah, that
Oh, it
can
was
look
terrible.
weird very quickly.
It was not
That's not
good.
a good way to do it.
Not
Mm.
It's
good.
bad.
Yeah.
Very, very bad.
So I do wonder how future game developers and even movie producers, but game developers are gonna have to like. I don't know how they're gonna do it. They'll have to do.
I mean, 8K is gonna take quite a while yet
That's what
for
I
games
think.
and for movies because we need the hardware to render it
Yes.
in quick enough things, and we our most used hardware is still something on the lines of a 3060 RTX, which
Yeah.
is HD. You can
Yeah.
forget 4K with that, and 8K doubly so.
Yeah.
And even the highest cards currently do 4K.
I'm trying to.
8K, forget it.
I have a 4060 Ti.
Hmm.
Really?
So, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
It's gonna be a
This is the
4040.
wrong kind of program for SDI.
1440 resolution is gonna be good with that one.
I mean,
4K is gonna
1440.
be.
But
Yeah.
it still struggles, believe it or not.
Mhm.
I was struggling on the game that I talked about in the intro, that Hanwell Beyond Hanwell. Again,
Mhm.
Mm.
that's
On
because it
which
wasn't
resolution?
on oh I've just blanked out because I pulled
Was
it
it
up on chat.
1440
It was
or?
definitely it was at least 1440.
Yeah,
Okay.
1446 60 FPS
And it was
should
60.
be okay
Yeah, it was a
on.
60 but it couldn't render
Mhm.
it. That's what's
It
crazy.
depends on how badly
I was going to say
optimized the
that's
game
the
is, though.
Yeah,
exactly,
maybe
that's the
that game was
developer's end.
also not well done. Yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
think it was at all. It was
Mhm.
terrible. But that shows you I don't think again, I might be speaking out of turn here. If any developers watch this, please correct me. Um I don't think a lot of the games lately are being developed with future proofing, with you know 8K in mind, or even 4K.
No,
We've
definitely not.
seen exactly. We've seen a lot of games come
4K
out.
is it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Pete and I have talked about many times on the show.
Mhm.
Games are coming out that are on the basic level 30 FPS. Now, again,
Mhm.
I can't see a difference, but I know that other people can. And I do think that in 2024, we should be having games that are at least 60 frames per second,
Mm.
4K. Come on. But we're still not seeing it. And I don't really see how PlayStation Pro and then PlayStation 6, whatever the new Xbox is going to be called, who knows?
Mm.
Xbox Triangle,
Yeah.
I don't know. Xbox
Xbox
Isosceles.
Delta.
They're
Yeah,
running
Delta.
out of
Yeah,
letters, that's for sure.
yeah, exactly. Or even the Switch. Switch blows my mind.
Switch is gonna be probably mainly still HD.
Yeah, see, it just like it's behind. It's the top seller, but it's
Yeah.
behind technically. I don't know.
But if you remember, there was a job listing a couple of years ago about them potentially implementing DLSS anyway.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's true.
They're
That is
gonna,
true.
although I think it's probably gonna be like they're gonna upscale to 1440 or something like that.
Yeah,
They
probably.
would have to. They would have to. I mean,
At most. 4K, I don't think so, because that one's most definitely still gonna be a hybrid, home and portable.
You would probably think so.
Yeah.
the weird thing about the Switch is, as an outside observer,
Mm-hmm.
is it launched with a chipset that was already years behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's done amazing.
Because the
goes to
experiences
show-
are.
You don't need the highest hardware.
Yeah,
No, you just need to have a good experience.
just like, well, even like Pete and I've said many times on the show, just the Xbox X and S and PlayStation 5, just push them to their limit, because that's clearly what the Nintendo Switch is doing. Just push them to the limit. Don't like come out with a whole new machine.
Yeah.
But
You remember, like,
What has helped
years
drive
ago.
sales? Having games, having good
Yes.
games, and have fun games that people can
Correct.
enjoy it and talk to their friends and share them
oh
with their
yes,
friends. Get
exactly.
their
Oh,
friends
yeah.
to buy these games as
Well-
well. I mean, the PS5 has been exceptionally lackluster
Oh,
when
it
it comes
has.
to games.
It absolutely has, and that is not my bias showing, because I do genuinely like. I started out as a PlayStation girl. I only became an Xbox girl after Xbox 360, because Halo 3, and I love Halo 3. But but
Oh, I'm in love with Halo.
yes, exactly. And in my mind, Master Chief and Cortana are married forever. But anyway, but my point being, I do want them, to do well, but they're not.
And to be fair, on the Xbox side, one of the devices is getting pushed as far as it can. The Series S.
Yeah,
Does
that's what I
as
have.
well as
the
it
Series
can.
X will
It
not.
does.
It does hold back the Xbox side a bit.
It does, because you
Just
can
a little,
develop
yeah.
more
As you
differently.
see with some of the releases in the past, like Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes, they couldn't
Now
release it.
Wukong is being held back
Oh,
because
yeah,
of
it
it
is.
on the
Which-
Xbox.
Is insane when you think about it, because
Mhm.
Xbox, as we all freaking know, is owned by Microsoft. Microsoft also makes PCs. It's like,
Yep.
you would think they could be able to just like put the basic technology in there, basic framework in there to run those games. And
But
it's
this is the
just
problem
not
with
there.
having two SKUs where they're incredibly different.
They are
Yep.
very different. I didn't
So-
realize
Yep,
how
this-
different they were when I bought the thing. But they are.
And
Yeah.
it's also their requirement of keeping them both as similar as
Yeah.
possible in terms of game releases.
Of course,
They
yeah.
made
That's
a
also holding it
commitment.
back.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, anyway, let's just go through this last bit of the blog, because there is one more thing that I wanted to obviously discuss with this.
Okay.
So, it says that it's humbling to see how game creators have embraced the latest technology from PS5 Pro. Several games will be patched with free software updates for gamers to take advantage of the Pro's features. These games could be identified with PS5 Pro Enhanced label within their title. Some of these games will include some from Sony Studios and third-party partners, such as Alan Wake 2,
Ooh.
Assassin's Creed Shadows, Demon
like that
Souls,
too.
Dragon's Dogma 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Forbidden West, Hogwarts Legacy, Spider-Man 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, The Crew Motorfest, The First Descendant, and Last of Us 2 Remastered, and more. Anyway, so just before
You
we
mean it's
move
not
on to
gonna get
obviously...
its very own independent Last of Us remastered then? Or,
Sorry?
Last of Us 2 remastered. You're telling me that the PS5 Pro is not going to get its very own The Last of Us 2 or Part 2
I'm
remastered?
sure it will at
I
some
mean, it will
point.
it
Last
should
of Us
have
2 Pro
Yeah.
remastered.
and then Last of Us
Remastered.
Part 1 Pro
Pro
remastered
Pro
as well.
mastered.
Remastered, rebirth, retrofitted.
Remastered.
I mean, it should just definitely
Remake.
be called remastered.
Rewind.
Re-re.
The prost of us.
Ah,
So I wanted to do something interesting. This came up in our Discord earlier on in the week, obviously, because this was doing, you know, obviously there was a point of discussion between
I
a lot of
missed
people in the Discord.
because I am not on Discord.
So I did a quick bit of calculations.
Nice.
So if you were the extremist of extreme Sony fanboys or girls,
I was. but it's
if
fine.
you were to go and buy a PS5 Pro, a disc drive, a vertical stand, a 3D Pulse headset, a PSVR 2, and this is not including the PS Portal, because I could. I'm just going to quickly include that as well, because why not? You are paying a grand total in Great British pounds at the time of release of obviously how much all of these were costing. £1,649.96.
Nope. F that. Nope.
If you could spend that much money on that, you could probably get it as a tax write-off.
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
Oh
Which
my
brings-
gosh.
Any
Wait.
normal, any
Look.
working class person would not be able to afford that.
Okay, but
No.
look, I have a disposable income, we might say.
We know.
I
Yes.
wouldn't pay
Tell us
that.
almost every episode now.
Quite.
I wouldn't pay that. You're insane. They'd have to pay me to pay that.
Yes.
Just no. I have zero interest. I absolutely no.
Nope.
I'll go to
Nope.
freaking cash converters. I am not ashamed. I'll
So-
walk into cash converters. I ain't ashamed.
Yep. But this brings me to the point of what I was going to raise earlier on. I've decided to wait until this point to bring this up. This is why it has now led to me looking at it and going, what is the actual cost about upgrading my graphics card and my CPU instead of buying a
Oh,
PS5
yeah.
Pro?
There you go.
And it's comparatively
that.
cheaper as a
It's-
result.
It had to be a third to a half of that because I don't know what you have.
Since
Well,
they remain
based
with
on
the Zen 2 processors.
Well, yeah, based on the fact that I've currently got a 3050 in my computer, upgrading to a 3070 Ti is
That's
only
nothing.
about
Yeah.
is only about 400 quid.
I was gonna say, yeah. No, that's
So-
absolutely doable.
And what's your current CPU?
It is. Let me go and have a look. Talk amongst yourself whilst I find out, because I need to go back and have a look.
I'm over PlayStation. Yay!
Well, yes, I am currently at that point where I'm looking at my PlayStation going, why did I buy this? And I have done for a fair while.
But you got a good deal on it, didn't you? I remember
Nope.
when you got that. Oh.
Nope, I
did.
bought it brand new.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So the PlayStation is still the PS4.
I was just going to say, now, I don't have a PS5, or, if anybody was to ask me, would you ever consider, buying
Right.
PlayStation
Yeah.
or buying a PS5 Pro? And I go, if I was to buy a PlayStation console, it would probably be the PS4. Why? Because it has games.
That's true.
Yes.
That's absolutely true.
Very, very true. CD, your question is the answer to your question is I've got a Core i7 8 core 2.9 gigahertz.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Which
Yeah.
series is that? The i7 which?
10700F.
10th generation. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
That's not
still
bad.
a pretty good one
Yeah.
in comparison.
Yeah, so not bad. I mean, I've currently
You
got
wouldn't
30.
really have to upgrade that one.
No, but I've got 32 gigs of RAM in there because I've already upgraded that, and I'm considering taking it up to 64 just to take the piss.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Your computer
I
runs
could.
faster than you will.
Yeah,
than you can.
exactly.
Everything runs faster than I do, Mike. I'm a fat man.
I have to say one thing. I said this on my
I'm
stream.
going to stay quiet. Because I'm bigger than you.
Oh goodness.
You're just taller than me.
Pete
Not
is
by
very
much.
tall. Pete's taller than me. I was actually shocked by that. Most people are not taller.
And then Nana towers
and then
over the
Nana
both of us, and I'm like,
yes!
holy shit!
And I'm like, oh, hello, Nana. That's very true. I was quite shocked at his height.
Yes.
But Oh, I lost my train of thought.
Anyway, we've got one final thing to go through just before, obviously, we wrap up this absolute ridiculousness of PS5 Pro.
Yes.
Because this comes from jmain518 on Twitter,
Okay.
who decided to do a breakdown or a notes version of the Digital Foundry
Woohoo.
Direct Weekly episode number 180 about the PS5 Pro.
Right.
So, Last of Us Part 2. 1440p internal resolution at 60 FPS in the PS5 Pro mode.
Okay.
And
Same as the
no cheaper
PS5
Windows.
Performance
Woo!
mode, with improved image quality due to PSSR.
Oh, goodness.
Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. Between 1440p and 1800p internal resolution, roughly the PS5 quality mode at 40 frames per second, at 60
Really
FPS
notice the
in
difference?
PS5 Pro mode, with the same setting as performance mode using PSSR to bring it up to 4K.
Right.
Barely noticeable optical difference if you zoom in.
Yep, so they noted that DLSS is greater than PSSR, but PSSR is greater than FSR. Alan Wake 2 modes were shown.
Mm-hmm.
I do like.
864p at 60 frames per second
Oh.
and 1260p at 30 frames per second, which is the same as
That's
the base PS5 models,
Yeah.
and they presume it's using PSSR and not the FSR in base PS5. 60 FPS clips has SSR,
864?
864p.
That is weird.
Just a
That's a
smidgen
pro.
above a
Roshan!
that's a smidgen above the 720p that the Switch screen outputs at.
That's weird.
Wait, is
That's
that
what I
on
was
the Pro?
thinking.
So
That's in the
it
quote.
says
Yeah.
two modes shown: 864 at 60 frames and 1260p at 30 frames. So it's apparently the same as the PS5 Pro. PS5 modes, and they presume it's using PSSR and not the FSR in base
Yeah.
PS5. Oh dear. Anyway,
Damn.
Horizon Forbidden West resolution didn't look 4K. They presume it's not using PSSR, but hard to tell, thinking it is using 4K checkerboard. But again, hard to tell. PS5 versus PS5 Pro has the Pro with higher detail. Brilliant. Hogwarts Legacy. Ray tracing reflections look better on PS5 Pro and has some visual noise in the background. What the hell is a visual
No.
noise? Okay.
Just little specks.
Yeah, I mean that's probably.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cool.
that's probably just caused by upscaling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ray tracing shadows might be mixed with SSR, so I'm guessing this is mean PSSR. But look to be an improvement over base PS5. 30 frames per second in the footage, but they'll presume it will have 60 frame modes as the base PS5 already has it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gran Turismo 7. This one is probably the most interesting out of the lot
Oh dear.
for me. Ray tracing reflections in game appear to be quarter resolution to 1080p, but it has an 8K mode.
Ooh.
Lower resolution, 1180p in the PS5 Pro footage, and probably using PSSR to bring it up to 4K, where the base game without ray tracing reflections is native 4K. Ray tracing looks better than Forza Motorsport.
Woo.
Dragon's Dogma 2 and
is still quite.
it's still an
power
early-ish.
Yeah, it's not as much of a difference to me.
So Assassin's Creed Shadows and Dragon Dogma 2. So DG2 looks to be running at 60 FPS and might be using PSSR. Assassin's Creed Shadow looks to be running at 864p at 60 FPS.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so it just states these
Still
are the
not hearing
analysis of the
anything
footage
that would entice me to buy this.
Yeah, exactly. There's just
I
nothing.
think this is the and this is the point as to why I brought this up last. Because for all that money, what are you getting? Something that is not even comparable to even the base PS5.
Exactly.
So, yeah, let's just say some of the memes have been completely outstanding. And if you want to go and find most of them, it's not hard to find. Just search Twitter and just search PS5 Pro, and it will be a an absolute
Literally.
metric ton of them.
Oh my goodness.
Even some of the Sony fanboys had a really hard time
That's
defending
shocking.
this.
That's
they still did.
Still tried.
If you want a channel that absolutely completely clowns on PS5 fanboys and girls, oh no, it's Alex is usually one that's quite interesting for that. Although his delivery style leaves a lot to be desired.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he's been clowning on them ever
Oh
since.
goodness.
Yeah, so the fallout has been monumental, and that's where I'm going to leave it for PS5 Pro because, oh boy, what a shit show this has been.
Fallout's not on
even in there.
PlayStation yet.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a PS5 Prolapse in.
Ah! No, that's the name. I think
There we
that's
go.
the name.
We got there finally. We got
We
there.
finally got there. It took the whole show to finally get there. It's a PS5 Prolapse.
Oh,
Thank you.
excellent.
There's no coming back from that.
No.
And how long have you been sitting on that one, Mike?
Probably for about the last 30 seconds.
How long
Okay,
have you
good.
been sitting on that prolapse?
Ooh.
I just need to go and push the intestines backing. Yeah.
Suck it up. Yeah.
Excuse me whilst I shit this out.
Oh my goodness. So is that a yeah?
That's a wrap.
Okay.
Good God.
That's a wrap.
Sony, you don't
got that.
cease to amaze us in how stupid you really are.
It's crazy. Like, yes, we have a 4 or 5 year show history. 5 years? 4 years.
We're in our 5th year. We're in our 5th.
And
Yeah.
we do that where PlayStation is good and then it becomes bad and then it goes good again and then it goes bad again. And here we are.
Before this show, I watched the last episode of the Grand Tour.
All right.
Yes.
They had a beetle fall down a cliff.
Yep.
That wasn't as bad as the Sony showing.
I mean, that Grand Tour episode was excellent as well.
Yep.
Oh,
Is that a new
dear.
series or something?
It's the final one. It's the literal last ever Grand Tour, and it was
Series
very good.
finale.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because the
dear.
last
very
one
good.
I
Nice.
watched, they were in the Sahara. I want to say, I think.
Oh, they've done a
They've
couple since then. Yeah.
That have done a few. Okay, I'll have to check it out then.
I watched
Think.
River Cottage.
Anyway, but yeah, that I agree with you. Even that beetle going down, being absolutely trashed, was more epic than this showcase, and less
Oh,
of a
dear.
disaster.
Oh dear, oh dear. Oh,
This was god awful. So, anyway, thanks for listening to that utter load of drivel.
Yes.
That took nearly an hour.
It's true. I hope everyone enjoyed that.
well, we hope they did.
I hope so. I hope. It hasn't moved me to go purchase a 1,000-pound piece of equipment. No, thank you.
I don't think many have.
I am actually a cheapskate, so I cannot imagine it.
I think most of the people that are gonna buy this are gonna be content creators.
Yeah, I have to
because
agree.
it's called a tax write-off.
Well, I mean, there is that. But yeah, because
It almost sounds like a reverse psychology marketing ploy. Like, this is how bad the PS5 Pro is, so you're better off buying the PS5 normally, and trying to help boost numbers there, because they know that the PS5 Pro is really not going to offer anything else, and they should probably have just left them kind of specs to the PS6 anyway.
Yeah. Allegedly, analysts are saying this is supposed to be doing as well as the PS4 Pro, but I'd be very skeptical about that.
I am a healthy dose of skeptical about that.
Yeah.
And the worrying side of this is usually around about the time when they do a mid-gen refresh, is around about what they launch it at is usually around about what they launch the next consoles at.
Yes.
Oh boy.
PS4 Pro did have quite a success. I think they sold 14 million of that.
Yeah.
They did, yeah. So they were projecting that PS5 Pro could potentially do up to 14 as well, but I highly doubt it at this price point. But yeah, the more worrying side,
folks, is to buy a PS4 Pro.
There you go.
Yeah, because you might be able to get them cheap now.
Probably.
Unless, of course,
Yeah.
most of
That
them
would
have
be
been
funny
blasted
seeing
off out
sales
into space.
stats in 2 months after the PS5 Pro came out, and you see the PS4 Pro line going up, and the
Exactly.
PS5.
In fact, it went
Exactly.
so high, it went into Mordor.
There you go.
Hey, whee! It just disappeared.
Ah!
Woo!
CD has no hands.
Woo!
Smeagol
Ah!
bit off the hand.
Dager says no Amazon. Continuing on with new people for Grand Tour. Interesting.
So effectively, there's no more Grand Tour.
Yeah, there's
Confirmed
no more
by
Grand Tour.
Richard Hammond
Look what
himself.
happened with Top Gear when the three of them were gone. It's
Oh, I
no
know.
longer Top
Nothing.
Gear. Well, it's not even on TV anymore.
Not really.
Well, that's mostly because Freddie
Pick it up,
Flintoff had a
isn't
really bad accident.
Oh, right.
I didn't help. Mind you, Richard Hammond also did have a very, very bad accident. Well,
He did.
plural. He's had quite a few
Several.
now.
Yeah.
Several.
Mm.
I saw that.
Oh no. Anyway.
Yeah. And then
Anyway.
Anna says,
CD,
yeah.
I'd want to talk more about some of the stupid stuff that was happening on the Grand Tour.
We'll do that after the episode. We can do that.
We can, yeah. Yeah, but it's only been out for a couple of days. I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh, right. Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go check it out on the Never Watchers podcast. Where Pete...
There you go. Which actually brings me to our next part.
Yes.
Where everybody gets to plug what they do. CD, we'll start with you. Where can they find you in Never Neverland?
Well, for me, it's mostly on Twitter/X at ColdDeath.
Easy done.
And when
easily
he
done.
returns, I'm going to be continuing the Turn Based Cynics podcast with Rezo, but that's still gonna be off for quite some time.
Yeah, but it will
That's
be
a
back.
long-
It'll be great.
Long time in the future.
Yes, it'll be amazing. Mike, what about you? Where can they find you out in Never Neverland?
Oh, well, they can find me on Twitter or X or whatever they want to call it next week. Who knows? At Miketendo64, but also on Facebook, Tumblr as well, though we don't really use them much. Does anybody now these days? Unless it's Marketplace.
No.
We are also on YouTube. We have a website, Miketendo64.com, where we post our news, reviews, interviews, giveaways, and so much more. We have also the Game and Chat podcast, which is available on YouTube and Spotify, where we invite members of the gaming community and the industry. We're still working on the industry part, but mainly the gaming community. ColdDeath, I should probably come and have you on the show.
Yeah, that would be
at some point.
good.
We'll see if we can have a session.
Me and Pete have been on there.
You have, yeah. So you're the odd one out at the moment.
Yeah.
And also,
Like, I'm one of the rarities that
maybe I should have you on as well.
I'm a rarity that I'm making a second appearance.
I know.
He is, and tomorrow that episode will come out.
Woo! But I'm the first lady of Game Chat.
You are the first lady.
Yeah.
Which is
And
what I
nobody can
said
take that
last
away
week.
from
She is the Chun-Li of your podcast.
He is indeed.
Oh no, I've been on, Nana. I've actually been on 2 weeks ago. I don't remember, but I've been on, and it's Doom episode. Which actually, I was gonna make that point earlier. That see, you don't.
You've been on. It's a blur.
Yeah, exactly. I've technically been on twice.
Everything is a blur.
But,
you have been on twice, yes.
But the first one, the recording failed, so we did it again. Woo! We
And
captured
it's just a shame because the first one there was such great pearls of wisdom there as well. And
I know. That's all right. Yeah, we'll do it again sometime.
Yes, we will have to. We will have to. Hopefully that episode will come out in about 2 weeks Monday.
Woo!
So there'll be the episode that with Splatoon with Pete that will come out on Monday. And then there is the Fall Guys episode with Middle-Aged Gamer Guy.
Right.
That comes out the Monday after. And then you are then, I think, rolling into September. I think it's September 30th.
Yeah.
For October. That's when you're on, Kylie. So
Nice.
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Ah, no worries.
Saving the best. Not
I
quite last, but you know. moving into that
Well.
Halloween season, I think probably Doom was a
Oh.
bit.
Well, I am
Yeah.
quite frightening and scary. But Pete, that brings us to you to tell us.
Yeah, well,
what
you,
we can
you
watch.
can find me manning the Rapid Reviews Radio X or Twitter account at our Radio Pod. Also, the Blue Sky account, which is Rapid Reviews Radio, I think.
I keep forgetting that
Mr. Blue
exists.
Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away
I
for
love that
so
song.
long.
Oh, I love that song so
Noise.
much.
Yes. Other than that, you can hear me, like Mike said, on the Game Chat podcast tomorrow,
Ooh.
where we played Splatoon, and it was a rip-roaringly good time with lots of sweat involved.
Oh
You'll
my.
Oh, yes.
you'll understand what I mean when
Both on screen and off screen, because it was so good
Oh
hearing
my.
stuff.
yes. So yeah, that was good fun. It was nice to play a game with you, your brother and Gorney as well. So thanks for having me on with that. But yeah, that's live tomorrow.
for
We will
coming on.
link to it once it's in. Other than that, Never Watches podcast. It's been a bit of a slow month this month because we haven't been able to procure any decent copies of Mario Brothers, so that will be coming soon. But in the meantime, I have just noticed that unfortunately we're going to have to jump back into the Marvel Cinematic Universe because Agatha All Along
yes.
is out, and is a fucking show I am not looking forward to in any way, shape, nor form.
Oh goodness.
It's gonna be bad.
I tried
No.
watching WandaVision. I never finished it.
I
So
like
got about a couple of episodes in. It's just like,
I was gonna say I like the beginning of WandaVision, and then I just dropped off.
It was slop. Anyway, you can hear my thoughts on that on the Never Watches podcast. Hey, already background. That's cool.
Ooh,
So that's
there you
on
go.
good or some bad podcast players. Mostly Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Kylie, what about you?
Well.
Let's strap in for the next 20 minutes.
Strap in.
Here we go.
Strap on. You can find me in many places. Twitch.tv, KILEY_WILDE. You know you want to come join me. Over there, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes in between. But definitely Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 7 p.m. UK time. Please come follow me. Please. Even if you don't watch my streams, follow me. I just want to be an affiliate. Because I have so many plans and I can't do it until I'm an affiliate. But
I'm running out of friends to tell them
I
to
know.
come and watch your
First of all,
podcast,
freaking
Kylie.
shout out to Mike. Oh my gosh. My
I
last
don't have any friends to promote it to. Sorry.
My last few subs have all been Mike's acolytes, I'll say.
Nice.
It's funny because you get like this burns me up, but you get people who follow you and then they turn out to be bots or spammers or whatever, and then you ban them. Their follows don't count, and so it's like soul crushing. But then Mike sends like 2 or 3 people your way. And they all
I
follow
thought it was
you.
that many.
Yeah, I think it was 3. I think it's 3.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh, because I'm kind of nervous when new people join in, because I'm like, oh, are you going to be a
Instinctively,
spammer or
okay, oh, that's about click.
whatever?
Oh, wait, oh.
Exactly. And then like Gani came up by on Friday and was like, I was like, I recognize that name. Like my brain was
Good
going,
old Gorney. We should probably have him on our show at some point.
Well, I was
Yes,
getting.
you should. I'm surprised he hasn't been on already.
I know. We should get him at least to watch us.
Probably because he's streaming right about now.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
conflict in stream.
Oh, that makes sense. But yeah, it was so funny because I was like, I know that name, but I can't place it because obviously I'm not on Discord very often. I get on Discord on Sundays and that's it. And then they were like, oh, I'm Mike's friend, and I was like, ah, I recognize your name. You're in the Discord. So yes, that's been amazing. But you can find me there, and then crazily enough, don't ask me why. My YouTube has really been taken off. I got 5 subs last week, first of all. But people really love me just being a dork on streams. I mean, shorts. So if you're really into a really big, major dork doing dorky, massive dorky things, just search Kylie Wilde on YouTube because holy crap. I'm there. People really love Hitman streams too. And again, I don't play Hitman the way it's supposed to be played. I just want to make that clear before anyone joins in on a Hitman stream. I don't play it the right way.
I mean, what even is the right
There
way?
you go. I do get my targets and I get to the exit. Yeah. So it's always a fun adventure. But yes, on Mondays we do FPS. On Wednesdays we do weird games, and then on Friday we do scary games. Well, supposedly scary. I've yet to be jump scared. Fingers crossed, I'll find something that scares me. Who knows? And I'm trying my hand at cozy, wholesome games on Saturday. I have failed 2 weeks in a row.
With varying success.
Yes. I tried so hard, and I am just not a wholesome person, but I'm gonna keep trying. But yeah, it's a good community. It's a welcoming community. No judgment. No, just we're there to have fun. You can tell me if your day sucks. We'll try and make your day better. And you can just watch me be a complete goofball and play games completely wrong. Just absolutely wrong. I have a friend that tried to watch me the other day, and he was like, I can't watch you play. I was like, why? He's like, you just...
Shouting at the
Yes!
screen.
He's like, you make me so
monitor.
angry. Yeah, he's like, I can't do it. You make me so angry. I was like, oh, okay. At least you follow me. You don't have to watch me.
The follow is all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. You don't stick around. But then
She only wants you for one thing.
That's right.
You never told me that. You told me I have to watch till the very
Well,
end.
Yeah, Pete, you have to. It's in your contract.
I never signed anything.
Yeah, you just think you do.
You should
Verbal
have
contract.
read
It was
the
written on
small
that
print.
thing.
I never signed anything. There was no contract.
It was signed in blood.
Lies.
Lies. But I said, I do like what Nana said before I go on. He said, you could say there were Michaelites. Yes, exactly.
Oh, God.
Yes, and they've been such a great addition to our community. But also, if you
We are one. We are many.
One of us.
The power of many.
Speaking of mad shows.
Very good. But I'm also on TikTok. I'm way too old to be on TikTok. And here's the weird thing. First of all, tangent time. I haven't.
Oh no, we were so close.
I know.
We were so
You were.
close.
You were. Strap in, strap on.
Never.
I don't understand TikTok. I don't understand YouTube Shorts. But what I do know is that I put what I thought. Sometimes I just throw content up constantly because that's what you do, you know. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it lands, sometimes it doesn't. I put me.
Welcome to this show.
Exactly. But me and two friends of mine, like back in March, we played what's called Bad Cards, which is just Cards Against Humanity, but it's done in a browser. Like because I ran out of ideas and we had to come up with something, and so yeah, so so one of the guys was like, let's do this. So we played that, and it's literally Cards Against Humanity. So I posted a clip from that up on YouTube and TikTok, and it took off, and I'm like, I just did that as filler. That's not even, I didn't put any heart in that. I didn't put any effort in that. I just threw it up there for filler, and it took off, and it's huge, and it's like, I can't figure this stuff out. I'm just going to keep throwing spaghetti at the wall, and if something sticks, there you go. So, if you like random chaos, join me over on TikTok as well.
Yes, carbonara.
Yeah, just a whole pasta family on my wall. Apparently, that's what sticks. But no, feel free to go follow me on that. I am on X, but I don't. It's like that's a aggregate. Like it does it automatically. I'm never really on there. It's just not my thing. None of this is my thing. I don't know why it took off on YouTube, but I'm not going to complain. But
You are a wholesome person, Kylie.
yes, I'm so wholesome and good.
You may
See?
not play wholesome games, but you are a wholesome person.
Someone told me the other day, what did she say? She goes, I want my kids to watch you. And then I felt like really, I was like, uh-oh. Because her kids are very young. They're,
Yeah, don't do
under,
that.
they're under 10. I was
Yeah,
like,
don't do that.
You
heard
have
that,
to read.
Metal Gear Solid
No.
sound.
yeah. She's like, but you're so sweet and you're so cute and you're so, sassy and everything. I was like, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I am trying to at least have one wholesome episode. It's just not working out. I keep ruining it within 5 minutes. But anyway, that is our show for today. If you're listening to us, please join us over on twitch.tv so you can watch us, twitch.tv/Rapid Reviews, where you can join in the conversation and watch us be silly. It's fun to be silly. And we'll make you laugh. And me and CD drink a lot. And actually, Mike's drinking. He's drinking rum. So, see, we all drink.
I did. I mean, I've been empty for a while.
Oh, well, that's a tragedy.
Well, that's a you problem, though.
That's a complete
that is a me problem, because now I'm worried about whether I can get out of this chair or not. without falling over. I'm going to wait until you finish the stream, and
Is
then
that
I'll
why
be
you're
fine.
side on?
Pretty much. I'm holding myself up onto the bar right now.
I've had an entire
we're just gonna see the
Wait.
camera turn off, and then we're gonna hear a.
Well, from what I know, a human. But a human bladder is not quite this big, and I have consumed this entire thing. So I'm just saying, I might have to leave soon. But we do like to stick around after the recording for a little bit and play with our chat because they're amazing and wonderful, and they make us very happy. But I think that's going to do us for the episode itself, which has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. Thank you too much. Thank you too much? That's not the phrase.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much.
You never thank somebody too much.
Thank you
How
so
we've
much.
made it this far, I still don't know.
I don't know. But I thank you so much to our guests, CD and Miketendo. And
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I
Or,
can guess at this point, they're just part of the bloody furniture.
I know at this point. But that's going to do it for us, folks. So we will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Thus ends the podcast portion of our show as we go into our after show chat. Let us tell you what is with my you tell us what
Kylie,
you want
take
to
a
talk
moment.
about.
Take a moment.
I
Breathe.
think I need to take a
Breathe.
moment. Yeah. Take a couple of deep breaths.
The satisfying
Oh.
pop of the mead bottle means that CD
Oh
is
my goodness.
refilling.
Yes, Rezo says Kylie is a professional drinker. Yes, I am. Many years of practice.
Never too much booze. Never.
Never. Oh,
There is-
goodness.
I don't have a drinking problem. I love to drink.
Exactly, I have no
Everyone
I
problem
can
with
stop
drinking.
anytime. I've
Yeah,
stopped several times today already.
Yeah, everyone else has the problem with my drinking, not
Oh, exactly. But it is good to see Rezo. I
Yeah.
didn't realize you were in chat. I heard someone say something, and I was like, and I didn't look. Let's see. Nana says, you see how chaotic it can get when you're watching Rezo. Yes. I think Rezo
me. I mean,
knows.
it gets pretty chaotic when he's on
I was
as
going to
well.
say he's been on the show. It's been majorly chaotic. Oh, goodness. But this has been a good one. I'm not a PlayStation fangirl anymore, but I always hope that maybe in the future they'll get
Look,
me
it's
back.
pretty hard for anyone to be a PlayStation fan person at this point with that.
The fanboys
Utter
are
load
pretty...
of arse.
I mean, I did used to have the PS1 and the PS1. I had the
Absolutely.
PSX. I had
Ooh.
the PlayStation,
Oh.
and then I had the PS2.
Yes.
And then sort of like teetered off from there afterwards. But
That's how
there's
I
not
did.
really been anything to really drag me back into PlayStation. And I mean, obviously here in Spain, a lot of people are, PlayStation fans. But then same again, you say, "Oh, I'm a PlayStation gamer." You say, okay, well, what do you play? FIFA.
FIFA and
Yes.
cards.
Call of Duty. Yeah, that's it. Them two. You think,
Mhm.
is that all you have? There
Well-
are so many other games out there. What about Ratchet and Clank? What's that? What about the Assassin's
See,
Creed? What's that?
mm,
What about
Yeah, there's a lot of
God of
people,
War?
yeah, that
Maybe
have
one or
just
two
one
people.
game. Yeah.
well, see, okay, when I am out in the world, yes, I have a life
Mhm.
outside of streaming. I know it's hard to
Shut
believe.
the front door.
Yeah, when I actually leave my house, which is never, but sometimes I do leave my house, and I meet people at the gym, and they're like, "Oh, I heard you like, playing video games and stuff." I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Oh, that's really cool," and you can tell they're trying to like, fill out like, "Oh, is this gonna work? Can I ask you out?" Blah blah blah, and then I'll
Mhm.
be like, "What
Yep.
games do you play?" And then it never fails. It's FIFA, and I'm like,
COD.
Okay, bye.
no, yeah, exactly. It's like, no,
Sorry, I thought you
No.
were cool.
We're
Thought
not
you played
gonna-
actual games,
we're
not
not gonna
work
sports
out.
simulators.
like, no.
It's like that thing when you say, "Oh, I play video games?" and you go, "Well, "Okay, what kind of video games do you play?" And
Candy
it's like,
Crush.
"Well, I play mobile games. Yeah,
Yes!
Candy Crush." It's like,
Yes.
Mhm.
that's not a video
And I know-
game, and it's like
Like,
FIFA, and you think that's
like,
kind of the same energy.
it is. Like, you shouldn't. Like, people will tell you, especially being a female gamer, or
Mhm.
even something silly as wearing like a Nirvana T-shirt. You'll hear it where guys come up to a female and they're like, "Oh, you like Nirvana? We'll name 5 of their songs, or whatever."
Name all their songs.
Yeah, exactly. And that will happen in gaming conventions. Guys will come up to you, especially when you have
Mhm.
like, bleach blonde hair and full makeup and, big boobs. They're like, "Oh, you like to play games?
Mhm.
Uh-huh. What games do you like?" And it's like,
Oh, you like JRPGs? Name
Yeah.
10 games.
yes.
Final
exactly.
Fantasy. Oh, my bad.
Oh,
I set the
exactly.
expectation too
1,
low.
2, and
Yeah,
3. Well,
yeah.
there's 3.
I was gonna say Final
Yeet,
Fantasy 1 through 10.
Yeet,
1 through
1,
X.
2, 3, up until 10. There you are.
I love Final Fantasy X. I'm not gonna lie. X1. Or X2. That's what I meant. X2. But
Why?
I know. But my point being that I am a hypocrite because as soon as they say FIFA or WWE or I'm like, that's good. Okay. I'm gonna go here now.
Backing
Good
away.
Yeah,
for
good
you.
for
Backing
you.
away into the
Good
wine
for you,
bottle.
buddy.
Sports game. It's mainly sports games. You think, okay, so you've gone from being a supposed jock to being a gamer, and the games that you play are basically what you do in real life
Games.
anyway. So
Yeah,
Game
exactly.
gamer jock.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. So it's terrible. That makes me sound so judgmental, but it's the honest truth.
It's true.
So he's a gamer and a jock. So he's a joker, a joker.
Well played, good sir.
Oh, very good, very good. Oh goodness.
That is some comedy gold there.
Well, to be fair, I do meet these people at the gym, so I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, like we had a
Kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
exactly.
I
We
mean,
had
if they come up to you and say Mike Tyson's Punch Out, well then okay, yeah,
okay.
we will accept.
Wait, yeah, like wait, okay, we can talk. If it's Mike Tyson's Punch Out, we can talk. But
Bit different.
yeah, Nana
Or
says
it could be something like what they showed at the last Nintendo Direct, this fitness trainer thing.
Oh, fitness boxing
Oh
3.
yeah, fitness boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably
I have played 3 of the games in the
Oh,
series, mainly
goodness.
because I reviewed a good number of them. Actually,
Mhm.
quite fun, but it depends on the music that you're listening to at the time,
Mhm.
There
and
you
that's why they
go.
keep having to do so many because obviously they're licensed songs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the games that I had recently done was the fitness boxing featuring Hatsune Miku. Now, to be fair, I had
Aw.
no idea who that really is.
I
Except
love
that it was a
Hatsune Miku.
Vocaloid, and it's like,
Yes.
okay, so what's that? Oh, Vocaloid, and it's like, okay, well,
Vocaloid.
what's that? Basically, it's a virtual idol thing. It's like, okay, so this is
Yeah.
a whole new world that I'm getting into now. Well, not getting into, but
Yeah, but being made
learning
aware
about for
of.
the first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aw, Hatsune Miku. I love that.
Next up, you'll be introduced to VTubers.
There you go.
Oh god, the day I found out about VTubers. Holy Christ.
I know.
Maybe the next time I have Pete on the show, I won't even be there. It'll be a VTuber version of
There
me.
you go. That'll work.
You should do that, Mike.
Oh
Oh.
You're gonna
No,
be the
because
first
then people might
M-tuber.
actually like it. Yeah, M-tuber.
Nana says, Kylie, don't worry. I think most people back away when they heard I mainly play FIFA. Madden was what I was trying to think of, and I just blanked out. I say this because I would too. Yes, I think most of us watching this show or on this show would start to back out. And also, that was my entire secondary school life. Like, most people talked about FIFA and COD, and I was like, I played Kirby Return to Dreamland.
That's a good choice of game.
It is
Is it
true.
okay?
But yeah,
That
like,
is a game.
that is a game that
Yeah.
exists in this world.
Used to be the same thing. It was like, oh, I'm going to play FIFA at the weekend, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all right with playing Paper Mario for 1,000 Year Door, thanks.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I used to work at a bar, right?
oh,
And
right.
now I've always, when I thought about multiplayer games, right, couch co-op, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And my boss, he recently got the PS4 as well, and a couple of my other co-workers also had PlayStations. It's like, okay, well, we're going to play a game, after work when we all finish our shifts. It's like, oh, okay. So it's like, oh, go. What are you gonna be playing? And they go, well, FIFA. And then they all go home separately to their homes to play FIFA together. It's like, weird. Why not just play it together? What happened to the
Yeah.
social aspect of playing these games?
Oh, I just don't.
Yeah, gone are the days where you used to sit on each other's sofas or LAN parties and play actual good games.
That's your
Yeah,
usual
and
sit on each
give
other's
somebody
lap.
an elbow or whatever to push them off
Oh
their
my.
Yeah, or the cardboard dividers for no screen looking.
Or Halo 3 with your screen divided into 4 people. You might remember that. I do. I love Halo
I'm that
3.
old, Kylie. For me, it's GoldenEye.
Oh, yes. No, I did love
God, I love
Wonder.
GoldenEye.
Yeah. Always be the Hat Man, because his hitbox is better.
You mean Odd Job?
Odd job. His hitbox
There's a good
is way
a
better.
tip against players who play Oddjob. Play as Jaws. Because the auto aim goes straight for the head.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna lie,
That's a pro gamer tip that was told to me by my good friend Adam.
well,
Nice.
there you go.
Elite MIT.
Ooh. Oh, that's who that. Okay, another person that followed me because of Mike.
Yes, of course.
Do
Yeah,
you
I
know
was
I made
wondering who that was.
But
This
yeah.
Adam doesn't ruin everything.
Oh, that was such a good series. What was I going to say? I was mentioning a game. Oh, Perfect Dark. I cannot wait for the new Perfect Dark to come out. I don't know that it's going to be, as astounding as the previous one, because obviously Perfect Dark and GoldenEye are the same engine.
Yeah.
Back then. So
The
I'm
new
like,
one isn't going to be probably.
no. No. But I am hoping it's going to be good because I really, really did enjoy Perfect Dark. So
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
the teaser they showed looked quite promising.
I liked it. I can't remember if Pete liked it, but a lot of people were not as impressed. But I liked it.
I do hope to see
that, sorry?
more.
Perfect Dark.
Oh, the new one looks
Yeah.
okay, but I think the gameplay looks great. But Joanna Dark's model looks absolute crap.
I know.
There has been a lot of Discord about that.
Yeah.
Discord.
That's true.
Much in the same way that the character from Fable looks like shit too.
I just hate the way Fable looks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Perfect Dark will be the Jawpocalypse.
Probably. Oh my goodness. We don't have any more big games coming out except for maybe
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones and
Indiana
Assassin's
Jones
Creed
is gonna
Mirage.
be this.
Is it Mirage?
Shadows.
Shadows Mirage was the
Mirage
last
has
one.
been out for a
Came
good
out.
few years.
Shadows is gonna.
I can't get those
I think
right.
Shadows is gonna be shit.
I hope not, because I
I
really.
don't. I do want it to be alright, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
shit, isn't it? It's
I thought
Ubisoft. They're gonna
Outlaws
fuck it up in
Promising,
some way.
honestly. Yeah.
I really thought Outlaws was going to be amazing, and I'm not saying it's not good. I have enjoyed it.
Oh, that's that Assassin's Creed in space,
What?
isn't it?
Yeah, with a dead franchise.
It is literally Assassin's Creed. I was hanging from a banister, and I think it was Nana who was like, "Oh, this is just like Assassin's Creed." I was like, "Yes, it is." Because we're at an Ubisoft game, so we have to have lots of places on the map and lots of
Hooray.
Assassin's Creed moves.
Don't you mean
Ass,
ass?
ass. Oh, I stopped myself
Ass,
because I was
ass
about to
in.
say ass.
Assassin.
But I really have enjoyed Outlaws. I do like it, but nothing for me has so far.
Star Wars ass laws.
Yeah, there you go. I I said it was better than playing Star Wars In-Laws, but my favorite.
That's a completely different game. Jesus.
Completely different.
Oh boy.
But I absolutely adore Squirrel with a Gun. I don't care. I love it. I love it so much. I hope other people will love it too. But
I'm
it's
gonna
hard.
buy it when I get paid.
Oh,
Honestly,
I love it so
I
much.
hope if I get any time, I'll come back to you
I
possibly
mean,
next week.
you have to know it is a high quality game, so we're not dealing with Goat Simulator. It is high quality, but it is a stupid game. But I love it so much. It's so stupid.
Sometimes stupid games are the best games.
I love stupid so much.
Not a big game, but I'm
It's
looking
a
forward to the
game.
remaster
The
of
actual
Broken
game is
Sword.
meant to be fun.
Sword. Yeah, Broken Sword should be good too.
Yeah.
We don't have
I
any
mean,
more.
we know it's a good game. It's
Yeah.
just a question of how good the remaster itself is gonna be.
That's the
But
thing.
what we've seen so far, it looked really good.
If it's anything like Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, oof.
I know. I
Ah,
really
Broken
love.
Sword is a 2D game. They kept it 2D.
I
They
know.
just,
I'm just.
made new art for it, which looked really good in the previous.
It did.
Well,
And
speaking
Lollipop
about
Chainsaw, I
Lollipop
mean,
Chainsaw, has any of the big sites actually got codes for it? I'm not really seeing many.
Some of them have, but
Ooh.
IGN refused to re-review it because they were like, "Oh, this game's like, what's the point?" Basically.
oh, it's gonna trigger us. Whoa.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
no, we have a woman in provocative clothing. Oh no, you
Oh,
can't show that.
women never want to be
Oh.
beautiful and sexy
Oh.
ever.
Oh, look, we have a game that shows boobs. Yeah.
Women don't have big boobs naturally. That's what I have to say.
The
Stupid
game
dumb Kotaku.
actually has an achievement for if you look up her skirt.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
okay. Maybe that was probably
That
not
was
so good.
that
That's
was
a little.
the
That's a
old
bit
school
creepy.
like 360 achievement.
Yeah, it
wasn't
was.
it?
It
That's-
was.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
little bit
it's still
creepy.
there.
Let's not do that. But it's okay for women to have big
Yeah.
boobs and want to look sexy.
Of course it is. And men to look absolutely stunning with six packs.
Well, see, I have always like back in the
and
day.
wide jaws.
There you go.
Hmm.
Well, no, honestly, back in the day when we would have these sorts of discussions, whether it was in university or on the show or whatever, I always referred them to Gears of War because it's like
Mhm.
Gears of War is also an unrealistic body type of a really buff guy, and he's got the six pack and he's huge and blah blah blah. How is that any different? That's
Or just recently, I mean, show me anyone who looks like a space marine.
well, there you go. That's a good point.
Speaking of which, I'll be playing Space Marine 2 at some point when Kurt's finished with it because he's going to send me his copy.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Nana said, "Wait, which game are you guys talking about?" Lol. We need to bring back quote nightmare news story segment just to Kotaku nightmare. Oh my
I mean,
god.
yeah, I
I
mean,
shall take my leave because anything about Kotaku.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
out. I am so out.
no, don't worry. We
No,
there's
I
a
mean,
reason why that.
it's late for me now,
Infuriate
so
me.
I have
No,
to
of
go.
course, yeah. There was a reason why we stopped doing that for a section because every single news story was complete clown world.
It was. It really was. And Sarkeesian and all that.
I
Like-
mean, now it's Alyssa McCante.
oh, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
Nope. Not for
Because
me.
that
Oh,
can't
boy,
be taken
yeah.
out
I mean-
of context, can it, with a surname like that?
Well, let's just say that the internet has affectionately called her Alyssa McCunty.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
That's
what I want.
that's where he was heading.
Speaking of low-hanging fruits, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
I do
someone
love
had
a
to say it.
low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. He
I
certainly
don't.
seems to
Every
be
time
quite
you sit down,
fruity.
you catch yourself. Oh,
I sat on myself. That's from Black Books.
Yes, it is.
I didn't even know dudes could do that. I learned something
yes,
new.
yes. It's painful. Yeah, if you catch yourself in the wrong way, yes.
That's so crazy to me. That's just.
I mean,
that's
we
such a
we
different
are
world.
not. Well, I know we're off. We're not.
We're not
well,
recording.
we're
You can
streaming
talk. Yeah.
still, but we're not recording. Okay, so I mean, I do remember that there was an old song, and I believe it was also shared in an old episode. Old episode, Dallas, an old series.
Yes.
And I think it was like a deleted scene or something. And he goes, "Do your balls hang low? Can you swing them to and fro? Do they itch like a bitch when you stick them in your ditch? Can you swing them over your shoulder like a regimental soldier? Do your balls hang low?"
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Nana says, Mike, lol.
Oh yeah, no, Jane Doe, yeah. Looking at the trailers and everything, yeah, MiHoYo are definitely aware of what they're doing.
Well, folks, I have to
I think
take
I
my
might.
leave.
No,
Yeah, I
It is
think
late
I
for
saw
me.
that earlier.
I drank a full bottle of wine, so the bathroom is calling me. It's singing me its sweet, sweet siren song. So,
I
I
think
we're
it's
gonna
more
have
like with a megaphone.
Yes.
Come here!
Yeah, it's like, okay, I
Like
gave you
like
30
Scorpion
minutes.
with
Yeah,
a
I was just
megaphone.
about
Get
to say
over
it. Yeah.
here.
Get over here. That's my love language. Anyway. But I think that's gonna do it for us. Thank you so much to our wonderful, beautiful chat and our wonderful, beautiful guests. Well, I should say handsome guests. It has been such.
Oh, you flatter me.
Always. But it has been such a wonderful evening. At least I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. And then I think that's
Absolutely.
running through everything in my head. That's really it. Although you can catch me tomorrow at 7 p.m. UK time at twitch.tv/KLEY_WILDE. Please come catch me there. I don't remember what I'm playing. I have to look at my schedule. But I know it's an FPS.
Hang on a second. I'm pretty
Yes,
sure
please
that I
catch her.
subscribed
She
to
might
this
be
channel. Why
falling
do I
off
keep getting
the
ads?
chair.
Yes. But we will see you and talk to you next week.
Possibly. Bye.